This is it, guys.
Yeah.
This is it. It's kind of scary.
Welcome to late night D&D.
Welcome
Finally descended
to late night D&D. We are fully descending into madness and well, hopefully the citadel underneath the scab. This, as my intention is, will be the finale for Descent into Avernus. I have modified a few things from the I've modified a lot of things from the ending of this particular module as written, to accommodate as such. But this is likely it. Where we left off, and we have everyone here for today, which is great. So thanks for accommodating me, guys, on this timing. I appreciate that, making it work. Where we last left off is in the scab, a horrific, fleshy pustule inside the acidic rain storm that we had to drive through to get here. It seems that demons have been burrowing their way through the scab itself and attempting to find the citadel beneath. Been battling these demons for, well, quite some time at this point, with a unicorn in tow, so that's a whole thing. And now we get to decide what happens next. How do you want to proceed, and where you would like to go in the scab? As I bring this up for everyone at home as well, and I can center it on this. Boom. We love new tricks like that. That's great.
I do like that feature.
Isn't it great? Yeah, it's a good one. So as we enter back in to our show finale, we find the group in one of these fleshy, bleeding corridors, having just battled a shadow demon and some dretches, running off some of them down a passageway to our right there. So what do you want to do?
I would like to leave.
Well, I imagine we should go down the passageway that those creatures fled down.
Okay.
We've cleared the left and we came in from the top, so it's the only way left.
Clearly they were running somewhere, so after them, I suppose.
Okay. So Onward. Are we going quietly? Is someone taking point? Or are we as we can yabba dabba do it and run down the hallway?
Joel, it's us
Whole
at
hog.
this point. We're going.
The correct terminology is whole hog.
All right, let me just grab a bunch of tokens. You want to whole hog it into the situation?
Stealth's never served us
I would like to be in
before,
front, though.
so
Yeah, all right, I got you. Fine.
Yeah.
I would also like to be in the bank.
You are. It's
I
fine.
would like to be stroking Moon God.
There's no stroking. All right, guys.
I also don't think that they would allow.
No, they
No stroking. We go. All right, sure. Whole hog down to the next section of the scab here, and you find yourself at what looks to be a door to the citadel. Some demons here arrayed out in front, and of course, they absolutely notice you as you get here. So,
Hello.
Hello.
I mean, just roll the initiative, I guess.
This is what we came here for.
Jeez, okay. Yeah, so you
23.
end up down here. Arrayed in front of you are quite a few different demons. The largest of which, however, and the one that seems to be mostly in charge is an Alfenschnee. Big, beefy boy, tiny wings, large tusks, and cloven
Look at
hooves.
those chins.
Yeah, he's a good-looking dude, huh?
Don't like that.
I like him a lot. Yeah, and it looks
It's a little
like
rat tail.
as he turns to face you here, he shouts out in abyssal, "There they are! Kill them!" And the ones that you've previously wounded, the dretches, are running towards their masters, and the shadow demon as well, to try and attempt to get out of the way. You also see some Bulazus, which we've had the pleasure of running into in the previous session here, and not to be outdone, are some of these gnolls, and including a gnoll fang as well. Okay. As I get everything onto the turn order. Here, I thought you guys were going to be a little bit more quiet and I wouldn't have to roll all these right away. I was very wrong. I know, right?
Underestimate us, Joel.
Francis, you do have the earliest initiative here. What would you like
Joel.
to do?
I believe hold on, let me just double check my range here. I'm in range. I would like to Raluthum Psychoglads I can't remember what it was called. Had a Z
Nalfeshni?
in it.
Now
Yeah, that.
No, fish.
So sorry, it has been a little while. Let me just remind myself what the spell. I think there's a save as well as.
I love that we do a crackle check for Craig and he's crackling
you
anyways.
immediately start crackling.
We do a crackle check and immediately crackling.
Great Craig is ridiculous.
Oh,
I thought it was just me.
No. It's okay. It gives me a moment here to, I guess do a description of what you see here. That's probably good.
What's all the red stuff?
Yeah, what's all the red stuff? Gross blood and gore. That's what it is, because it's the
It's not
scab. Yeah.
Might be something
It's
nice.
a little slippery, too. You might want to be careful on it. But brass double doors stayed exposed in the wall of the scab. A relief image on the doors depicts a blindfolded angel wielding a sword, and carved into the door frame are beautiful gold inlaid runes. There are 3 goat-headed demons with barbed tails, the Bullazoos that have been throwing themselves against the door, as a corpulent ape-like fiend with tusks and tiny wings kicks at them, roaring commands in Abyssal. All of this happens before you, get here, roaring your battle cries. So
So I believe my crackling is fixed now. So I just keep talking a little
Yeah,
bit.
it sounds
just
great to me.
So yeah, I'm casting Raluthum's Psychic Lance, so it's an intelligence save from the
Nalfeshni, yep, with his magic resistance, that is a 22 on the save.
He saves. So he takes half damage. So I'll just roll the damage.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
12.
We round down here, right? It's 11, but okay.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
It's all good.
Craig's new, don't worry.
He's new. New to the game, all right.
I'll give Hugo Bardic Inspiration, and I'll move forward behind what I think is a ledge, and kind of duck down there.
Yeah,
and give
sure.
everyone a thumbs up.
Perfect. Yeah, the Dretch here is just going to run forward and try to cower behind the Nalfeshni, getting a boot to it for its trouble. The Gnoll, however, the first one here is going to likely just run at, yeah, he's going to just run this direction. He has a 30-foot movement speed, so they're just going to dash over to here, running across. Our Shadow Demon here is going to also kind of retreat backwards this direction. The other Gnoll going to match the dash. Cyrus.
Well, I appreciate that they decided to dash towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I would not have been able to
No, they don't
shoot
care.
the crap out of them.
They don't care. They're coming.
They coming.
Oh Lord, they coming.
Yeah.
This one down here, it's gonna get shot in the face. Hopefully, 4 times.
Okay.
Block. Got
Yeah,
22,
looking at the
19, 10,
Gnoll
11.
down here, easy enough for the 22 and the 19 to hit. It's able to dodge out of the way of the 10 and 11 there. So you got 2 of
total?
these for 16 total, blasting into the creature here. You realize now that it's got a couple of radiant smoking holes in its body, and it doesn't look so good.
Good. I'm gonna stick roughly by V and Trescott.
Good idea.
I think where I am right now, it's fine.
Okay. I totally forgot to roll for the unicorn, so it's just going to go in the middle of all the 10s. One of these Bullazoos, let's see, what are you going to do, bud? The one down here on the southern side. He's got a little 40-foot move speed. Going to come running up at 80 behind this other, what looks to be like a torchy little fire thing. The unicorn is going to just go running directly in on a charge here, directly at the Gnoll is going to make a horn attack. As it does so, that's going to be a natural 20 and is going to impale this Gnoll on his horn.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well done from that guy. The other Dretch is going to just hastily run away in terror. The Gnoll Let's see. The Knoll Fang is going to...
Also run away.
No, unfortunately not. They have like this thing where they just want to rampage. It's gonna just dash action at the unicorn all the way across here. He's wielding wow, yeah, he's a claw boy. The other ones have some spears and swords. Hugo.
Yes, I'm going to take a small step forward, and I'm going to cast a vitriolic sphere.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of get like where I'm. Sorry, I'm trying to ping.
Over here?
Yeah, like right in the middle of that. So I think it will hit the Nalfeshni.
What is the radius on that bad boy?
It's a 20-foot radius, so it's pretty big.
Okay, good.
I think it will hit like the Shadow Demon to the Nalfeshni if I put it in the middle. It won't hit either of the dredges.
Okay.
So that is a dexterity saving throw from all of them.
Yes. Let me go ahead and get the
Oh,
that little deal right there. As you cast your spell here, you said dexterity saving throw for them?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. The Bullazoos do not have resistance here, so dex 2 for them. 13 and 11. Then Alfeshni, with its resistance, is a natural 20.
Okay, so it's DC 17.
Okay.
So I think only the Nalfeshni saves, right?
Yeah,
so
I'm doing Knoll, and Knoll fails, and then Shadow Demon as well.
Okay, yeah, so everyone who fails takes 24, the Nalfeshni takes 12,
16.
and everyone who fails will take 5d4 acid damage at the end of their next turn.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
5d4 acid. This dude just dies.
Hugo also remembers that a lot of his other spells didn't seem that effective against these chaps. So.
Yeah, Oh, he barely survives. Well, you said acid damage? Is that correct?
Yes, it's acid damage.
Okay, so he's going to take half regardless. All right. Okay. These guys here, the Bullazoos, not resistant to acid. Love that. Okay. And then
and wizard.
Nalfeshmi up here is not resistant to acid as well. Okay. Perfect. Is it an instantaneous spell, right? So it's just
It is
and
an
then gone?
instantaneous spell. It's you point at a location within range and a glowing 1-foot diameter ball of emerald acid streaks there and explodes in a 20-foot sphere.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That's
It's a cool spell.
That's
It's
a
a really
really
cool
great description. I
Like
love
a
that.
grenade.
Yeah, that's
Emerald
great.
acid.
Acid.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so the Bullazoos take the full here. Cool. All right. Anything else?
I'll just move up next to Francis, and yeah, I'll end my turn there.
Yeah. The other two Bullazoos are just going to come charging forward here. I mean, yeah, just running this direction. Trescott.
Pulling up the
They
turn
take damage,
order.
right?
The end
Right, it
of
was
their
the end
turn.
of their turns?
End of
Or was
their
it the
Yeah, end of their turns, they take 5d4 damage.
5d4?
Yep.
Roll it.
If you fail
That
Vitriolic
is
Sphere,
so.
it's
That is
15d4.
wow.
Is this for one of them, or I'll just do one?
This,
I don't know how many to say.
8 for one and then do the other. Or do you just want to do? Yeah,
11.
there you go.
Okay.
8 and 11. Perfect.
Get acided.
Yeah, right. They're looking. Both of them are looking pretty messed up at this point. Let me see. They have a rotting presence within 30 feet of them. So, Trescott, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Wow, nat 1 to start the day.
Love that. And it will be a d6 plus
Can't save
3
you.
for each of them here. So it'll be 9 points of necrotic damage. And then you can take your turn.
All right,
Nice.
well, I'm going to have to go over here and cuddle up next to the fire next to this dude
Mm-hmm.
and swing my mighty battle axe.
Yes.
I rolled a 15.
A 15 will find the mark here. Again, they don't really wear armor or anything. They just smell horrific.
I rolled a 3 on the attack, by the way. Love
Nice.
that. That is 15 damage.
Perfect. Okay. This one now just sees damage for the first time. Was not hit by the vitriolic sphere.
I'm going to whack it again.
Perfect.
Oh, nat
There's a
20.
nat
Let's
20.
go.
There you
Okay.
go.
Sorry, your nat
It's
20
fine.
is a 32.
32.
That's
yes.
ridiculous.
Rod of
30.
Mordor.
32.
Let's go. Let's go. And that is
Oh, that
actually
damage
not that
done
great.
for 20.
That
Okay.
is, yeah, 20
So 15 and 20.
damage.
So, math 35. Am I doing that right?
35. Yep.
Damn. Yeah. He looks hurt now.
Yeah. I'm
Unsurprisingly.
just gonna stand there and probably go. Oh yeah, I'll just stay there. That's fine.
Okay. V.
Vu's gonna walk up to this and she's gonna take her hand back and she's gonna cast her lightning bolt straight in this lovely line.
Yeah, they did a real good job for you here.
This great, beautiful line.
Okay, so we'll encompass basically just the box here, so it won't hit
Yeah,
this guy, but it will go straight across
Yeah, I
in
figured.
that fashion.
What spells don't you have?
God, I got all of them.
Vitriolic sphere.
Don't worry about it.
Nyarl.
35.
Lightning bolt directly across the map
Dexterity
here.
saving throws from them, please.
Mm-hmm. Dex for
Unlimited.
No.
Joel's loving the spell effects. Like, this is great.
I use these all the time.
It's the finale.
And the Bullazoo here. Let's see how he does. Okay. What is the DC? Is 17.
17.
The Nalfeshni will make the save. The Knoll will make the save. The Bullazoo will not.
Yeah, take that.
Okay. For 35.
35.
And you note that even in dodging it here, it seems that the lightning doesn't do as much damage as you would like it to on the big Nalfeshni guy.
Good to know.
Yep. Okay. However, even with resistances, this dude just dies. Just gets absolutely blasted.
Yeah,
Nice.
crackled.
Gets crackled.
In that
Actually,
case-
even with half, this dude is dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to move up to the next guy and end my
Sure.
turn.
Okay, absolutely. So, our big man, Trantalox the Nalfeshni, is going to teleport
Of course
Crap.
it does.
to here,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
and then is going to magically emit. Wait, you know what? He could teleport anywhere. I don't know. So we're gonna go up here. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We're gonna be right there. I think that's perfect. Does that hit everyone?
don't let that.
Magical.
What is this gonna be?
Magical scintillating multicolored light emits from the creature. I need everyone in 15 feet of him to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Are we getting dazzling lighted here? Don't like this.
So 13.
Also,
22.
13, 15, 13, 22. V, do you want to do anything about that one?
let me just double check. I want to check if Flash of Genius uses my reaction or not.
It does.
It does. No, I do not. I want to save my reaction.
Okay. From this, Francis, Cyrus, and V all become frightened, affected by the fear effect. And that is his action there. That Knoll's dead. Francis, what do you want to do?
I mean, I'm a bit spooked now, Joel.
Would I be doing my job if I wasn't spooking you?
I mean, I think I will have disadvantage to it, right? But I will just probably
Yes.
just try and
You want to Eldritch?
Eldritch blast him, yeah.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. With him in sight here, you're definitely going to be at disadvantage, so go ahead.
So with disadvantage, his first attack is a nat 1. Second attack is a 11.
11. Both of these will miss as he laughs at you.
How dare you? I'm sorry, Hugo, but I'm not happy about this situation, and I will just start to run.
Run away! I don't have enough map for you. Oh my god.
And then I'll end my turn.
Oh, all right, perfect. Our first stretch here seems to be having trouble within himself, and then charges back into the fray.
Oh.
Dude, that's about as far as he can get. That Knoll's dead, as it was impaled.
Everybody can learn from that dredge.
Everyone can learn from that dredge. Yeah, don't run. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Then 2 turns, just turning around.
Yeah, the Shadow Demon also, since their leader has jumped into the fray, is going to fly back as well. 60 feet this direction. That Knoll's dead because lightning. Cyrus. What do you think, Cyrus?
I'm thinking I'm afraid of the dude who's really close to me.
You are indeed afraid.
Should
What
be.
would you like to do?
I'm gonna come down here and hang out with Trustcott.
Mm.
I only have half movement though, so that's
Yep, you're gonna hobble over to Truscott.
I think that means I can only get like here-ish.
Yep.
If I'm faced, it says line of sight.
Yes.
So I still have disadvantage shooting the Shadow Demon.
The sphere.
You're
Repeat the
facing
saving
away.
throw. Oh, also, Francis, go ahead and roll me another wisdom save.
Okay, boss. 19.
Yes. It's like while you're within spell effect radius, or spell effect, the effect. Take dash action. No, it's not the fear spell. Son of a bitch.
Like, can you just look away?
Yeah,
Not
so like
looking.
some do that, but like we've always treated as like your vision just being 360 degrees, just because
Yeah, that's cool.
simplicity.
Curses. I can't do any. Well,
Try.
yeah, it's fine. I'll use my action to focus my mind and unfear myself.
Okay. Yep. With that, both Cyrus and Francis are no longer afraid.
Nice.
I've done it.
Don't really have a bonus action that I can do.
Could roll me, however. Oh, yeah, actually, I'll need a con save from Francis and Cyrus here.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. I thought you were just
There's
out of
18
range,
for
but
me.
you are not.
14.
Con save. What is the raw roll on that? 13?
Oops, sorry.
Okay, it's all right. It'll be just a d6 plus, that's a 6, plus 1. And then I think plus 2, yeah, it would be plus 2 for Cyrus. So it'll be 8 points of necrotic damage, Cyrus. And then Francis, you'll see 7 from the radius of the Blazoo grossness.
Oh, I failed on an 18?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just read the other one. You're fine.
okay.
You take, I believe you take half. Nope, you're good. Good to go. All right, so the
Nice.
Blazoo in front of Trescott here is going to make multiple attacks here with his barbed tail. A 13 and a 5. I think both are going to miss. I think
Nice.
both might not do it. The unicorn, however, is now embroiled in a battle with the leader of these particular gnolls. And is going to attempt to strike with his horn, and then the hooves. The hooves will miss, but the horn will strike for 6. Okay. Our other Dretch friend. Yeah. 15, 20, 25. He's going to come back too. The Gnoll pack leader here is going to just start lashing out at the unicorn. He's going to make 3 attacks.
Jeez.
That is 14, which will hit, and 2 nat 20s.
Ah.
Yikers.
The unicorn, fortunately, is immune to poisons, so does not take the poison damage associated with the bite or the con save there, but will take 12, 25, 34 slashing and piercing damage.
Ah.
Jeez.
Yikes.
Note to self, do not get touched by that gnoll.
Yeah, ow. He's not resistant to any of this. This hurts a whole hell of a lot, and your unicorn friend is not looking good.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Joel.
Hugo, within 30
Yes.
feet of the one Blazoo, I need you to roll me a con save.
An 11.
An 11, so it'll be a d6 plus 1 of necrotic. So it'll be 5.
Okay, my ward just shimmers. I'm fine.
Uh-huh.
All right. I need to get away from this big scary guy.
He is a big, scary guy.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually run towards him because I'm not frightened.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna run to like what I would deem, I guess, the edge of his melee range.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna cast Sword Burst, which is a cantrip.
Cantrip. Right.
So I need a dex save from him.
Yeah,
It's DC
he's a
17.
big fat boy. That's a 16. He does not make it.
Oh, okay. So he takes 2d6 force damage from
Yup.
that, which is 9.
Okay.
Nice. And then I'm gonna bonus action Misty Step, and I'm gonna go. That's not where I am. I'm gonna go. Yeah, kind of like just behind Cyrus.
Get behind
basically.
Trescott and Cyrus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely.
That's the plan. I do still have a little bit of movement left, actually. I think I was. Was I here? I think I was there, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I got 15 feet. Does that look right?
You were one more north.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So I got 10 feet of movement. So I'll just run like further behind these guys, basically.
Yep, and 10 more. Okay. All right.
That's my turn. Yeah.
The Bullazoo remaining in front of you here, V is going to make some attacks. 1, 2. 11 will miss. The other is a 21, which will also miss because you are just made of metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to use your reaction on anything here, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Trescott,
Whack.
I need a con save.
Ah, shoot.
You're...
God.
That's a nat 1. That's... Wow.
Again.
All right,
Ow.
D6 plus
Alright.
2 necrotic damage. That'll be 7.
Gross.
Okay. And
I
then
did
you
whack.
can thwack. Yeah, that's a 25.
25 to whack.
That'll definitely hit.
And that was
Wait,
it's
adjust the
just
map a little
just the 14 damage there.
Only 14, huh?
Only 14.
Yeah. This one is barely standing in front of you.
Ah, barely standing makes me
Mhm.
sad. All right, take another meaty swing.
Okay.
28.
28 absolutely hits here for 19
19
total points of damage, and you're able to cleave the Bullazoo in 2.
Sweet. And then I will close the gap with the demon, I guess. Getting in front of Hugo so Hugo doesn't take a big whack.
Okay. V, I need a con save.
Okay. Sorry. 14?
Yeah, just under. Okay, it'll be 2 points of necrotic damage. And then your turn. You are currently afraid of the Nelfeshni. You get to make the save at the end of your turn.
Okay. At that point, I think what I'm going to probably do. Okay. I can still. It's disadvantage if I do a normal attack, but if it's a spell, then it's not.
If it is a
right?
spell attack, then it is still a disadvantage. If it is a
Okay.
like saving throw spell, then no.
Okay. That's fine then. So I just gotta double check the. These. That's not good enough. Okay. So I'm just gonna probably. Yeah, I'm going to take an attack of opportunity from that guy.
Okay.
So go for it.
Yeah, he's absolutely going to do it.
Yeah.
He'll miss as his tail clangs off your armor.
And I'm going to use a Cure Wounds at level 2 on the unicorn.
Okay.
Did we ever dare having Trescott heal the unicorn? I can't remember.
I did some testing.
Yeah, on yourself.
Did some testing.
15.
For 15.
Good.
All right, nice.
And that will be her turn. I'm going to hang out right here.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I love how Francis is all alone in the corner by himself.
Hopefully, I really wish that Joel had forgotten about me. But now
Hugo
that
just
I'm
watches Francis running
Oh,
off
can
and he's
I-
like, I know Dimension Door.
Can I do my saving?
Yeah, do your saving throw for fear. It's
Wisdom?
a wisdom. Yep. Nice. You are no longer afraid. The Nelfeshni Trantalox looks at Francis, grins a big old tusky grin, and teleports in front of you.
Ah,
The personal kid.
It is then going to make 3 attacks, 1 bite, 2 claw attacks. That'll be a 27, a 20, and a 29.
Yeah, I'll hit.
That'll be 35 piercing, 16 slashing, and 17 slashing.
I'm down.
Oh, jeez.
Francis goes down, and Trantalox turns around to observe the rest of the group.
Whatever away.
Tried to run.
Francis.
Big guy can swing. Jeez.
Yeah, the bite did 35 damage. He's big tusky boy. Francis, I need a death save at the top of the... Okay, you're good?
Wouldn't it be hilarious if I died in the first combat?
Could you imagine? Our Dretch to the north here is going to run up and attempt to attack V here. 6 and a 9. Terrible. Our Shadow Demon is going to attack...
Shield.
Yeah, going to attack Trescott with its claws here. 13 and then 24.
4 hits.
It's not... The 24 is 9. Oh, and 21. Oh, 9 plus 10. It'll be 19 psychic damage.
Ow.
I think it's 46. 2d6 plus 2d6. Yep. Yep.
That hurt.
Okay, Cyrus.
I don't know who to shoot.
There's a lot of options.
Yeah, and they're all
Pick 'em.
horrifying. Crap. I think the knoll is the frighteningest.
Maybe. I also need a con save when you're ready.
Crap.
The con saves from those, like, the gnolls, right?
Nope, from
That's
these
the
No,
blue
it's
Baldur.
the ugly
zoos.
thing. Yeah.
It'll be
Like
a
goat fellas.
d6 plus 1. It'll be 7.
They've got syphilis. So.
7 what damage?
7 necrotic.
Psych! I'm resistant. Woo!
Yeah, all of those have been necrotic.
That's the first time I took damage from them.
Okay. Yeah, it's called Rotting Presence. They got to experience that last time when there was like 6 of them in a room.
That was fun.
All right, Cyrus, actions.
Ah!
What you would note here, if it makes any difference, is that the Dretches are incredibly injured, and so is the Shadow Demon, and this Bullazu to the north as well, also very injured.
All of them.
Okay. I will shoot 2 beams at the Shadow Demon.
Okay.
A
The
12 and
12
14
will just miss. The 14 will hit.
is 8 radiant damage.
For 8 radiant, and he is vulnerable to it, so he dies.
Yay! And then
Basically,
I'll use my
just
key point.
shredded into nothing.
I'll use my key point to shoot 1 at the bottom Dretch and 1 at the ugly goat man at the top. That's
Sounds
the goat
good.
man at the top. This is bottom Dretch.
Okay, both of these are going to hit. 19 and 26.
All right, goat man takes 8.
Goatman takes 8, still up.
Dretch takes 6.
Dredge takes 6, which is just enough to put him down.
Nice.
Yeah, they were super weak there. All right, Cyrus, movement or otherwise?
I'm just gonna move there.
Okay. That Bullazu is dead. The unicorn is going to battle it out with the Null while V is at its side. It's going to use its horn and hooves here. The horn is a 16 to hit, which will hit, and a 25 with the hooves. So it's going to do 20 total points of damage.
I believe in you, Mooncolor.
Yeah, right? 20 total points of damage. Let me make sure. Yep, okay. Cool. The Dretch is dead, so this is now the Knoll's turn. Sees you coming running up here, V, and is going to try to bite you.
Oh.
And then is going to take 2 claw attacks against the unicorn. Wow. It rolls a 23 on the bite attack, which I believe just misses you. And then a 7 and a 9 on the claws, so it's definitely on the back foot here as you've run up. Hugo.
Intimidated.
Ooh, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna walk over to Trescott, and I'm gonna say, Trescott, I think we need you to deal with the large fellow. I don't fancy a scrap with him myself. And I'm gonna put my hand on Trescott's shoulder and cast Protection from Good and Evil.
Nice.
Ooh.
Or Evil and Good, even. Which means that essentially anything that is a aberration, a celestial, an elemental, a fae, a fiend, or undead has disadvantage on attacking Trescott.
That's very good.
And he also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. So
It is very good in this
play.
instance.
that's my
Off
action.
the tank.
Yeah,
Off
pretty
the
much.
The
Yeah,
tank doesn't have much health.
Well, there you go. That'll help. That's my action. Yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna like position myself a little further back, but not too far behind the group. I'll go like that. And I shall end my turn.
Okay. The Bull Zoom at the top is going to hop forward against V and attempt to hit with the tail here. It's 15 and 10. Not going to be able to be enough. Trescott, I believe.
I mean, I was
right in range.
Oh, come on, Joel.
Yeah.
I failed every one of
God
these.
damn, dude.
14.
All right.
14.
5 more.
All right. No wonder. I'm just getting chip damaged.
Yeah,
to death
just
here.
over and over and over again. That's what makes him so
Uh,
annoying.
Go beat the
Sure
crap
is.
out of the Knoll. Do it. We believe.
I mean, okay, I'll go beat the crap out of the Knoll.
Sure.
Going to beat the crap out of this Knoll,
I
dude.
think that is a great idea.
Whack. Oh, another nat
That's a nat 20. All right.
There it is.
I,
Get
just
'em.
to be a bitch, I'm going to smite
You want
him.
to smite? Yeah, damn
Yeah.
right you do.
I'm going to burn that spell slot and just smite the crap out of him. There we go. Bang.
Okay.
Press the button. Oh, there it goes. That is 42 damage. 43 damage, I'm sorry. Oh, it came twice.
Yeah, it's
I
all
don't
right.
know why.
It kept-
Leg.
43 damage?
43 damage.
Jesus. Does he have any resistance to any of this? Nope. He just
Some
takes
of it's necrotic, right? Because
yeah,
I smited.
he
so-
takes a huge amount of damage here. All right. He's still up,
Gonna whack him
but he's
again.
definitely bloodied at this point. The 14
Oh, I only rolled a 14.
will hit.
Oh, I can't miss him? That's hilarious.
They don't, yeah. If you don't roll a nat 1, you can't miss.
That's great. Yeah, damage.
Wow.
That is 14 more damage.
Oh, God, yeah. He's looking real rough at this
Oh,
point.
he's not dead.
Nope.
Wah. All right. Well,
So you may have set him up so V can knock him down.
let's hope so. Go V, go.
V.
No pressure. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna punch him then.
Yeah,
Right,
punch
we're
him.
gonna lightning launcher. Nat 20.
There we go.
At 30. Okay. So that
The plus 1.
he's
11,
alone. They're trying their
12,
best.
Saddest one.
14 points. He's still up.
Okay.
Wow.
Gonna hit him again. Yeah, she's not meant for this. Leave her alone. Just do it.
24 hits.
24.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Take the base damage on that for
A 9.
9. He will go down.
Trouble he's got. Thank
you.
goodness.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
He had
Just
one
straight up.
and 1 health left.
Oh my goodness.
All right, V, that is your action. What else? You've got 2 enemies up on your north here.
Yeah. She doesn't have much, so she's just gonna wait. She's gonna hold him back. Hold the line.
Holding the line. Ah, yes. Holding the line is a great idea when Trantalox is going to teleport up to 120 feet down to behind your friends here.
Hello.
And is going to roll 3 attacks. I think we're going to take a bite at Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to take 2 claw attacks against Cyrus. The
Uh-oh.
bite against Hugo is a 14.
He only gets 14 damage.
No. That is a
No.
14
Oh,
to
14
hit.
hit. Oh, my bad. sorry.
I will, yeah, I'll just shield myself.
That's a great idea because otherwise it's 30 damage.
Well, I was debating if I wanted to Atlas away or if I wanted
Okay.
to shield.
Gotcha.
Nobody hits the Abjuration Wizard.
Cyrus, this is 26 and 22 for both the claw attacks. For 16 slashing each for 32 total points of damage.
Well, I would like to use. So you said 32, right?
Yes, 16 on the first, 16 on the second.
Cool. I know 1. I just want everyone to know that. But I will use my gift of the Gem Dragon, telekinetic reprisal, baby.
I remember when we found that gem dragon 16 episodes ago. We got gifted.
No,
some
this
things.
was no, it's fine. You know, everything's fine.
Met him at the
This is-
spa.
What does it do?
Here, I'll do the thing, but also they have to do a strength saving throw.
Okay. That is a 20.
Yeah, they save. They do still take half damage though, so that's
Okay.
nice, I guess. 2d8.
It's
Hey,
pushy.
they take-
Hellish
oh,
rebuke.
hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
I deal 8 damage. Woo!
You deal
Good
8
boy.
damage.
Yeah, it's force damage if that matters.
No, it does. Good. All right.
Ow.
Francis, I need a death save.
I suppose you do, Joel. So
19.
it's another success.
Another success. Okay.
Nothing could
He's
possibly
gonna do
go
the late
wrong.
round comeback. He's gonna get up and fuck everyone up.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. The Dretch to the north here, I think has like literally zero possibility of actually hitting V, but we're gonna try. That's a 16 and a 3. No go. No go on that front. Cyrus, with 1 HP, what do you want to do?
Don't close the coffin yet. I'm alive. I need to get the heck out of here. I can do that. Then I can shoot them. I think that's the safest thing for me to do. Yeah, okay. I'm going to bonus action disengage.
With
my
Step of the Wind? Okay.
Yes. Then I can move roughly here.
Okay.
Then with my action, I'm just going to attempt to shoot the 2 scumlords.
Okay, the 2 up north?
Yeah, the 2 that are
The
close.
Dretch and the Bullazoo? Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
This one's for the Bullazoo.
17 will hit. 27 will also hit. 10 for the first.
Takes
Goes
10,
down.
And Dretch takes 9.
Dretch is down.
Okay, I have
Nice.
done my part.
Hey, you took
Well,
out 4 enemies.
I'm just like,
pretty good.
don't let me die. Please don't let me die.
Double
Okay.
kill.
This is all I can do.
Bam, bam.
Okay. Mooncolor is going to look at Cyrus and go, I'm sorry, I'm going to go get Francis up. And he's going to gallop this direction. Oh boy. I think that is enough for him to... Yeah, all right, we're gonna use Healing Touch. He only gets a
Touch
couple of
by
these.
Enjoy your 2 health.
Be 14 plus 2 for 16 points healed to you. Francis,
Good morning.
Nice.
good
Huzzah.
morning.
Mooncolor, your radiant visages are a welcome greeting.
You are always so polite. I'm glad I saved you. That Knoll is dead. Hugo.
I'm going to... What am I going to do? I don't mind being next to this big fella. I'm going to cast another cool spell. I'm going to cast Stellar Bodies on myself,
Yes.
which is I create 2 small stars that orbit you. I would like to say the spell does specifically state that they twinkle pleasantly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice.
In this place,
And if a creature within 5 feet of me hits me with a melee attack, they must make a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 points of radiant damage for each star orbiting me.
Mhm.
And once per round on my turn, I can use my action to streak a star towards an enemy, exploding for a lot of 48 points of damage and potentially blinding them.
Yeah.
But for now, I just have the 2 stars orbiting me.
Is that a
And-
concentration spell or no?
No, it's not.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's
That's
do you
the
know what?
thing.
That's actually pretty much all I
Yeah.
can do, really. I'm gonna hang on. I'll just move around him a little bit just to sort of be more aligned with my chums. But
Sure.
yeah, that's the end of my turn. I just cast Stellar Bodies.
Okay, Trescott, you were able to take out the Knoll Lord there.
I'm just running back and
running
forth.
back and forth, swinging the axe.
Big whacks. Let's go.
Yep.
That's a
31. That'll hit.
So close. Yeah, I'm just gonna do regular attack because I'm running out of spell slots. Whack. That's
For
a
15.
15 damage. Gonna take another whack.
Okay.
Oh, nat 1.
That one, unfortunately, is going to miss.
Sadly. Yeah, that's it for me. Just being in the way
Okay. V,
against the guy who can teleport.
it's fine. It's probably fine.
Just
Yeah.
guard him like basketball. You're not gonna teleport past me, man.
I'm going to I'm gonna hang out with Cyrus.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang out here, right here.
Uh-huh.
And actually, yeah, does he have a turn? Yeah, he has a turn after that. Okay. And I am going to magic missile him.
Okay.
Nice and easy. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and 3.
Perfect. it'll be 11 total points of damage.
11 points of damage, and that'll be my turn.
Looking good. All right, Trantalox, the Nalfeshni, is going to attempt to bite and claw at Hugo.
I'd like to use my Aura of Protection to at least give disadvantage on the bite if I can.
On the bite with disadvantage is a 27.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my last charge on my Atlas, and I'm just gonna TP 10 feet away. Bye-bye.
Trescott.
Sorry, Trescott.
Trescott.
But he does have disadvantage against me because of my protection
He
that
does,
you
yes.
give me. But
Yes,
this
he
is
will
probably not
square
gonna be
up
good.
with you.
Can't wait.
With disadvantage, the first is a 22.
Yeah.
That will deal 14 slashing damage.
Oh.
Yes. The second claw attack with disadvantage is a 24
That also hits.
for 12 points of damage.
Trescott falls down.
No!
Oh no.
All right, Trescott goes down. He snarls at Hugo. Can't get away from me. He will finish his movement next to Hugo.
I think you'll find I actually can. I'm extremely adept at it.
Wait, this is exactly what I'm good at.
Yes. If you kill all my friends, I will just teleport away. So-
Francis, what do you want to do? You're at the top of the map.
I'm gonna run this way,
Woo.
and then just fire off to Eldritch Blast. So the first one is 24
Absolutely hits.
for 11 force damage.
Nice,
And
okay.
the second one is 27.
Yes.
Nice.
8 force damage. Oh my god, that's the most damage I've ever done in a round ever.
Yeah, damn, all right.
More than I do.
Look at you
Hit
go.
2 figures.
And that ends my turn.
Perfect. Cyrus.
Well, I could heal myself for a very small amount, or I can attempt to hurt Big Ugly Man. We're gonna attempt to hurt Big Ugly Man.
That seems like a good idea.
Fired off 4 shots. Black, black. I'm so not cool. 1, 3. Oh God, 4.
Okay, the 18 and the
18.
22 are going to hit here
5 damage. 13
for
total damage.
13 total. Okay.
I'm just like, ah.
Feeling a little rough, I think.
Yeah, I'm not doing too hot.
Did
That's
you
fine.
take a step back there? Is that the intent?
Yeah, just move slightly.
Okay, we're gonna make an attack
sure
of
if it'll
opportunity against you
Wait, how? What?
because you were 10 feet away, and he is going to do it with his big ass mouth. Moved out of his
Not
reach.
his big ass, but his big ass mouth.
No, that was a
Did I-
comment.
I guess I didn't know his reach was 10.
Nope. He's been in close, but his tusks can reach up to 10.
Those are huge tusks.
Fortunately for you, it's a 12. So he's gonna miss.
Cool.
All right. Mooncolor is gonna come galloping back across to Cyrus. I didn't forget about you. He's going to healing touch you as well. Let's see how much he gives you. Probably. Hey, you know what? Not
Wow,
bad.
this is a good job
16.
today.
And that's it. That's
feel
all
like
he's
it
got
would've
on that.
I feel like it would have been
Crazy.
actually better to just like bring me back from unconsciousness
Yeah.
because I'm still gonna get knocked down from this. But you know, it's
That's all right. We'll find out. Hugo.
Fine.
Yes. He's up in my face.
He is.
That's not what I intended. That is annoying, you know?
I thought you could get away.
Guy's so rude. Well, I can like, but if I get away, I just leave you all, basically.
That's fine.
Let's go.
This is the finale. Come on, let's do it together. God damn.
Okay, I will, shut up, Greg. I will Misty Step away from him as a
Okay.
bonus action.
Yeah.
Where do I want to go? It doesn't really matter. He's probably going to teleport next to me anyway. I'll go back here. And then I will use my action, because I've already cast the spell. I'll use my action to fire one of my Stellar Bodies stars
Yes.
at him.
Absolutely.
Which is a... Ooh, do I have this in my attack book?
It's probably just like a spell attack, like Firebolt, and then we
yeah,
can just
it
roll
is.
from that.
Yeah, I'll roll that. 24. to
Yeah,
hit.
does hit.
Nice.
And then
Okay,
just
and
do
I
the
need a
effect.
con save from him.
Con save. Okay. He
Yep.
does have magical resistance here. Be a
Yeah.
27.
That, of course, saves. But he does take 20 points of radiant damage.
God damn. That was awesome. That's a huge hit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stellar Bodies is a dope. I just
It's
read all
fun
the
spell,
spells
yeah.
that people don't use, and I was like, oh, this is
Yeah. Stellar
sick.
Bodies is really fun.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
that
one
will
star
be my
left.
turn.
Okay.
Yes.
Trescott, I need a death save.
going to be fine, I say, before I press the button.
Nice, 19. All right. You live another day. V.
He's gonna come up and she's gonna bring him up. She's gonna cure wounds.
Okay.
Level 1.
Perfect that the big guy's turn is next, and he will just.
No, it's fine.
Oh, it's a waste of a
You
turn.
see,
to
Craig,
hit me down
all he
again.
has to do is deal less than 6 points of damage.
6. It's fine.
Sweet.
And we
So,
went
but I'm gonna be like, I could do this all day.
infinite health cheat. Doctors
Tell him
hate
that.
me.
Okay. Trescott, 6 health, prone on the ground.
I got it, thanks.
All right, V, that is your
Sounds
action.
good.
What else?
Get curb stomped.
I mean,
I have a
that's all
question.
she's
Do I
got.
still have protection of good and evil?
Yes.
Do you know what?
I went
think
down?
you actually
think you
do.
do.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah,
So I just
I'll
wanted
put
to
that
check so that when
Yeah,
I get
you
curb
do.
stomped, it's not just it's a flat roll
Advantage.
instead of advantage.
I'm gonna try to taunt him, but
Okay.
that's gonna.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. V, he looks at you as you come in here. Heal him directly.
Bring him back.
Heal Trescott directly in front of the enemy, and he is going to just chomp on you.
Okay.
That is a natural
use-
20 for a 30.
Okay. I would love to use my first. I want to use the shield that you guys got for me. So that's what I've been waiting for. So I'm gonna be able to do 2d6 back
In
to him.
reprisal, yes. After you take 60 points of piercing damage.
Gotcha. Well, he takes 5. So
He takes 5 in
It's 50?
retribution. 60 points.
60 points.
6-0.
She's down then. I am down.
V goes down. He looks down at Trescott,
I'm
prone on the
still
ground.
a dead body.
And a straight roll is a
You
26.
weren't meant to say that out loud.
The 26 will hit for 14.
Just
Unfortunately,
gonna go back down.
gotta go back down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go back down.
As part of his movement, he will teleport
Mm-hmm.
in front of Hugo for the second claw attack. That'll be an 18, Hugo.
Fuck this guy. I'm gonna. No, okay, yeah, I'll take the attack.
All right, it'll be 12 slashing damage as it comes
Okay.
across here. I need a con save for the protection.
Yes. Hang on, sorry, let me just read something quickly because theoretically my ward took damage. Yeah, so the ward takes damage
So you did.
instead of me.
Okay,
so
yeah,
do
if
I
it
con
didn't
save that?
well, if it doesn't break the ward and carry over,
No, and it specifically says the ward takes the
Yeah.
damage instead of you.
Yeah, that's fine. If
so
the
my
ward
just
doesn't break,
shimmers, yeah. No, it's
then you're good on that front. But stars here do something.
yes, he has to do a wisdom save.
Okay.
Or he takes 1d8 radiant damage.
Wisdom save is a 25.
That makes it, of course.
Okay.
The star doesn't go or anything though.
Yeah, it just sits there and does the thing. V, I need a death. Oh wait, never mind. That's Trentalox. All right, Francis, what do you want to do?
Okay, I like to move here, and then say, "Worry not, my friends. I've got you," and I will mask your wounds.
Mask your wounds.
Everyone.
Thank you.
That's
It's a
awesome.
big boy spell.
That's a huge one. Okay.
So I'll just roll it
3d8.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Uh,
3d8 plus spellcasting ability modifier. Whoa, 25.
Crap.
so I heal everyone for 25. health.
3 off max.
You.
Damn, Craig bought the
Whoa.
redemption. Jeez. Little league joke for him.
Yeah.
Love that.
Love redemption. What a great little
Wow,
thing.
wow,
Great item.
That's great, good.
Ugh,
I can use it when I'm dead.
Shit.
25. Yeah, moon color's almost max too. Jeez. Okay, huge.
But that's my turn.
Yeah, absolutely. You just, what is that? 75, 100, 125 points of
125
healing?
yeah.
That's a big swing.
That's huge. Cyrus.
All right. I'm gonna do something that I haven't done
Oh no.
because finale, etc., etc.
Oh
Make
no.
a
I'm
melee
coming in.
attack.
Make a melee attack.
I'm gonna make a melee attack. When you hit, okay.
Is it stunning strike?
Possibly. Does that hit?
22 hits.
All right, I'm gonna use stunning strike.
There's a save for this, right?
Yeah, it needs con save.
All right, that is a 13. I roll low. What is your
Is it
save?
whiz based?
I don't know. It's your character sheet.
Pretty sure it is.
It should be
Yeah,
wisdom based.
yeah, it loses.
Okay.
Get stunned.
Oh hell yeah, it's stunned. Awesome.
Stunned
I guess I
until
should also do the
your
damage.
next turn.
Until the end of my next turn, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5 bludgeoning damage, and then my second actual attack
Mm-hmm.
is 6 bludgeoning damage. Woo!
Okay, you roll it at advantage, by the way, because he is stunned.
Oh, the second one I do roll advantage. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
That's welcome to Monks being busted. You could make that attempt 4 times in a turn if you felt like it. All right, for 11 points of damage there and the stun.
Nice.
I did a thing. Woo! Shut up, comment section.
Mooncolor is going to attempt to hit with the horn and hooves at advantage. That is a natural 20 and an 18 for 27 total points of damage.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And then Alfeshni is looking pretty rough at this point. Hugo.
Yes, I will walk away from it.
Yep.
With a smug smile on my face.
Mm-hmm.
And I will... I don't really want to burn much else, because I might get... If there's more baddies down here, that would be bad. I'm just going to fire my remaining Stellar Bodies star at it.
Okay.
Which will be at advantage, because he's incapacitated, right?
Yes.
So that will be a 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
And he takes 24 points of radiant damage.
Dear
That was
Lord.
a high roll.
Okay.
And he also has to make
he fails the save.
Yeah, of course he does. So he is blinded as well, just to bully him. Until the end of until the start of my next turn.
Yeah, of course he does.
Stunned and blinded.
He looks really rough. He's not gonna make it. Trescott.
Hey, Trescott.
The problem is I have to burn half my movement to stand up.
Get up!
And I can only get to there.
Does that rod turn into like a crossbow or anything?
No, but I can pull out my crossbow, I suppose.
Yeah, you could.
My little light crossbow. Let's go.
Doesn't it go into like a glavy, reachy thing?
It does, but it only has 10-foot reach and he's 15 feet away. It turns into a spear, but it doesn't help.
I think
me,
you
it's
could
too
also,
short.
yeah, you could also turn it into just like a 10-foot pole.
Oh,
just
no,
in
it's a
general.
50-foot pole.
Oh, you can just turn it
That'd
into
be
a
good.
50-foot pole and poke him.
Pole
Yeah,
vault
there
him.
you go. I guess I'll just shoot a crossbow at him.
Yeah, absolutely. With
Do
advantage.
I get advantage?
Yeah,
okay.
he cannot move.
Oh,
Nat
no.
20.
That's
That's the
Wow.
third one this
Third.
combat.
He's a god.
That is 11. I don't think
11?
I get the aura of hate. I don't. Wait, let me check. Is it all damage or just
I don't know if
melee?
it's all
weapon
melee?
damage? No, it's just melee. So that's just 11 damage.
Even with his resistance, this is a fantastic shot with your crossbow.
Nice.
And that regular, normal, light crossbow bolt impacts an Alfeshni's brain and kills him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Came back.
There you go, comment section. I did a range.
I did a range.
Oh, there you go.
Wow, that combat sucked.
There you go, Trescott. Just I wanted to get you the final, kill.
Oh,
That's
thank
all.
you. Thank you.
I'm so glad I got to do like an abjuration wizard showcase.
You
I didn't
did.
take any damage. I didn't even break my ward.
Yeah. You did what every abjuration wizard dreams
Flexing.
of doing.
Yeah, not getting hit.
Just don't
I
get
got
hit.
crit for 60. Ugh.
That's dirty, yeah.
Yeah.
I went down twice.
All right.
The battle
It's awful.
ends. What would you
A
like
singular
to do?
strike, Trescott.
Mm,
Mortality. Defined.
a beautiful strike.
Very well done.
So we took out these. What are the chances that we go in there and there's just more?
Well, I mean, they were trying to break in, right?
Hmm.
So.
I mean,
perhaps
these
there's
are
nothing.
demons. They're not aligned with, if there was Zariel and her devils or whatnot.
Right. So what I'm asking essentially is should we attempt to use this as bargaining material and just be like, hey, look, we killed some demons out front. They're really big. You mind letting Eltrail go for right now? I don't look. I'm just saying we're gonna die.
Come
we're gonna
on.
die so hard.
No.
No,
I
we're
really don't
not.
think she'll go for that.
We haven't even spoken to her. We don't know what she's aiming
I guess
for.
that's true. I'm just so scared. I wanted to see my family again.
Well, we could take a rest before we continue if you want.
Is this a safe place to
Is that
rest?
a wise idea? Perhaps a short rest might be okay,
Yes.
but
Mr. Floating Voice in the sky.
If you'd like to. You can
I
certainly
personally would.
try.
Personally.
I would also like to do that.
I mean, I don't need to heal, but I would love to get my key points back. So yeah, I guess.
Is an hour of resting in the blood and gore of the scab.
I play my Song of Rest.
Yeah, I was like,
Can
I'm waiting.
you
I'm gonna
do
wait
it
for Craig at this point.
I use
Wait.
Arcane Recovery.
So quietly.
Do. What is that? An extra hit die, right?
I can never.
I think it's an extra d6 if you
I'll just
roll
put
a
it to
hit
check.
die.
Wait, that's not it.
That's
Jack of all
that ain't
trades.
it.
Wow.
At
You get an
ninth
extra,
level is a d8.
An extra D8. There you go. That's nice.
So if you roll a hit die, you get a d8 to add.
All right.
It does not go for every hit die.
I'll take
That's
the
mine,
extra
and
2.
then 1d8.
Whoops. 1D28.
The Chad hit.
Damn, Francis.
I've been working out.
I'm so constituted right now.
There's pills to fix it.
Oh my god. So, an hour passes. You are able to rest and bind your wounds. The doors in front of you here are still closed. Do note that there are runes around them in Celestial. What would you like to do?
Read the
I would like
runes.
to read them.
The runes say, "Against evil, we stand united. Only the pure of heart can part these holy gates."
Oh no.
Only the pure of heart.
So there are technically one of us. There could have been two. I don't know if I'd be allowed in.
I didn't know if you mean yourself. I was thinking of V.
I was thinking
Oh,
of the unicorn.
I was thinking of the unicorn and myself, but I had Ash and.
Are you pure of heart? Aren't you made from the very
Ash of
grounds
heart?
of hell?
Well, you
I-
know,
Maybe it's more metaphorical, though. You know, not literally. You know.
What you're saying, Francis, is we should have Trescott try it.
Well, I personally would like. I would like to try, if I may.
Oh.
See if I'm pure.
Be my guest.
Go ahead.
Can I try, Joel? Just opening the door.
Yeah, you can go up to the door, and it does not budge for you.
all right, I have to do it.
What a
wasn't
joke!
a-
Am I not a good person?
That wasn't a negative,
I
so I
think you're a
suppose
good
we could
person.
all try.
I-
I'll give the
I
door
call
a shove.
next. No, I want next. Cyrus is absolutely rushing up there, like, ooh.
I get the question here is, Hugo, you've been gone for 200 years.
Yeah. I'm a pretty good boy nowadays.
Did you sell your soul at any point in time,
Nope.
or make a pact with anyone?
No.
That's right.
I actually undid that.
Yeah,
Like,
you
very
did.
quite early on.
You went
For the
back
past,
on,
like,
on a
100
pact.
For the past like 100 or so years, Hugo's actually been quite a good boy, I guess you
Upstanding
could put.
citizen.
Without spoiling things that might come up in a future campaign, who knows? Hugo's yeah, he's a good guy nowadays.
As you touch the doors, they open. A bright white light pours out. The bodies of the fiends and demons underneath you turn to ash.
Well, Francis, I'm not sure what that says about you, but I'm somewhat pleased.
I don't want to talk about
It probably was, you know, the demonic contracts and whatnot.
it. Something like that.
And you hear
Sold yourself twice.
a voice from inside. Hello?
No shot. I trust nothing.
Oh.
Can you look in the bag?
V's gone.
She's going over. She's like,
V goes running inside.
I'll follow her in. I'll walk in though.
Yeah, she's.
I'll gingerly follow her in case I
Yeah, I was
get
probably gonna
zapped.
say, like,
Gingerly
threshold.
follow her in.
She's gonna be like, Lulu's. We have to go.
Isn't she in your bag?
I will follow.
He's already forgotten.
Lulu is
Oh wait,
inside.
holy shit!
Hey, look, Lulu's inside.
What the fuck? I'm so
Hello.
confused now.
A bright white light burns away the blood and grit staining your clothes. The restorative energy brings numb muscles to life, and the glow softens to reveal the interior of a sun-kissed cathedral. How light passes through the scab and through the stained glass windows, it's a mystery only magic can really answer. But pillars line the path from the door to a raised dais carved in celestial runes. Embedded in a stone atop the dais is a glowing sword. Fluttering just inside the doorway is a golden hollyphant that greets you with a
Oh,
Did she just use her cone attack?
No!
You'll die.
Boom!
and she comes swooping in to give everyone hugs.
me as a player is actually crying. I'm so happy.
She seems
Lulu, I don't understand.
somewhat incorporeal, mostly a spirit. She looks at you. I don't really know either, but I don't really remember what happened after we teleported. We fought, and then I was here.
V scoops her, like just absolutely hugs her into like the most thing, and she's like, there's steam coming out. There's it's the sound.
Hey, it's all right.
Lulu, I'm so sorry. It was my fault. What happened?
No, it's okay. I mean, things
How
happen.
are you here?
Not super. Hey, where's Barnabas?
Oh,
Hello, Lulu. It's been some time.
Yeah, there's. Wait, Hugo?
Hello.
You're so
I also had a
old!
bit of a teleportation crisis, but that's a story for another time. I have him right here actually. I'll show her Barnabas's face paint. I was like, but don't worry. But don't worry. I can fix him up when I've got some time.
Push it down.
Yeah, I can fix him. I'm sure of it. I wouldn't carry such a grisly memento otherwise.
Yeah.
Barnabas will be fine.
And she'll flutter over to you and give you a hug. She'll give a hug to Francis. Oh, you still have your other arm. That's good.
Yeah, not as an opportunity to replace it or anything like that yet, I'm afraid.
No, that's okay. And then she'll flutter over to Cyrus and, what happened to, like, the middle part of you?
I did a stupid, trying to help out.
And I wasn't there to save you, huh?
Well,
That's all right. You're alive. That's good. And Tresca. Oh.
Hello, Lulu.
Fucking Lich King coming in with us.
yeah. Come on, me, my son.
Come in for a
She
hug.
flutters
Lulu.
behind V and goes, "What happened to you?"
We've had a long journey.
I wasn't
It's
gone
been
that
hard without
long,
you.
right?
It's been a while. A lot of things have happened. I missed you so much.
I missed you guys too. I've kind of just been here waiting. I'm not really sure how much time has passed, but come closer, come closer.
Sorry,
Joel,
Lulu,
as soon
I learned
as
time
she
is very relative.
goes away, V would like to check her bag of holding.
Mhm.
Do I
you reach in
I
for the corpse of Lulu?
No, I want to look it. Can I like?
That's not
does
a
it-
thing.
That's not a thing.
Mm-mm. The bag
I
of
would
holding
like
is
to-
something
Black.
you put
Just gotta-
a hand in and you recall the item you want.
Okay. I would like to, when she says go in, I would like to step in the back of everyone
Okay.
as we're walking to try to like hide it, and then I would like to try to call it as she's
Yeah.
distracted. For
You feel the damp, bloodied fur of Lulu's corpse inside the bag.
I put it back in.
I mean, we did say it was like she's like
She's-
incorporeal. She's
yeah.
like ghostly looking.
She is.
Yeah. Okay. Push it down.
Push it
We're
down.
going.
She'll come
Continue
fluttering
and
over
then
here.
I guess
Yeah,
I'll
come
follow
closer,
her.
come closer.
What is this place, Lulu? Is that the fabled sword that we've been in search of?
It is. As you approach closer to the center area here, you feel your wounds healing. You feel your exhaustion fade, and you gain the benefits of a long rest.
What?
I was gonna say, do I feel my spell slots restoring?
Yeah, you do.
Do I feel my ward?
You also feel a little bit stronger.
Ooh, fun.
And
Yeah,
as
level 18.
Lulu has you approach the sword, we're going to take our break here so our squad can level up in the center, in the middle of the finale.
What?
And then we're going to see what happens next.
Oh.
So
I wanna
thank you
do
everyone
dual
for
class into
tuning into this.
Yeah, I'd like dual class as a wizard, please.
I'd like
And
to
we
dual classes
will
on Trescott.
Right back.
Okay.
Welcome back to the finale of Descent into Avernus. We found Lulu. We found the Citadel. We found Zariel's sword. As a note, just before the break that we took here, our players were washed with a respiratory feeling. And V, looking down at your arm here, noting that it has been returned to its regular non-demonic form. Unfortunately for Francis and Cyrus, the ability stops at changing something back, not necessarily giving you your body parts, which is a bit of a bummer. But everyone here has taken a long rest. We have all leveled to 10. We're in the double digits and the end game. As you approach the center portion of the Citadel here and the site of the sword, you can see there carvings on the dais in Celestial. The hero who becomes one with this blade exists no longer.
Oh.
That's awfully foreboding. What does the sword look like?
What does
Is
the
it
sword look
spooky
like?
looking? Is it?
The sword, yeah. Here, let me. We could do. I'll give a little picture. It's not necessarily spooky looking, but it's kind of. It glows. It's a bit translucent, and it is stuck in
Okay.
the.
Oh,
the
that's cool.
Yeah, it's stuck in the stone there. So I think that picture there, and then the one I've shown previously of it like glowing and emanating, stuck in the stone in the center of the cathedral here, gives a good feeling for what it is. It looks much like a large long sword.
If it's stuck in a stone, this is King Arthur's sword. This isn't the one we're looking for. We should try another scab. Is there another scab around here?
Is there another scab?
Well, who wants to try and wrest it from the rock? Trescott, I don't think you should touch it.
I also don't want to give up the rod, to be honest with you. It's served me well thus far.
Hey,
Unless I can dual wield.
Yeah.
Do you know what this like means? Not like what it says. I can read what it says, but like what it means.
I don't know. So the sword, it thinks, it feels, and if it finds someone worthy, it will attune to that person. As for the writings,
No,
I think
but,
I think it's gonna change you, like, drastically. But it's also really picky, so.
Okay.
Well, awkwardly, none of us actually use really swords, but
Cyrus
Hugo.
is
got
gonna
us
go
in
into
here.
a little corner and try his damnedest to talk to his freaking god.
You're gonna start praying? Okay.
Essentially.
Okay. Anyone else want to do something here?
Well, I personally feel like we should have an open discussion about who should try the sword first, because it may be the case that it doesn't bind to us and we each have to try it, but who should take it? I mean, myself and Hugo don't wield swords, or at least, I mean, I obviously have this rapier by my side, but I haven't used this thing in weeks. So
I thought
perhaps
you had that.
I mean, Trescott, I don't know if it's wise for you, if it judges if you're worthy And look, just cards on the table. You're obviously going through a bit of a transformative stage in your life at the moment.
No, absolutely. I mean, I will do it. It's for the good of Elturel and the people. But I do worry about my own being as well.
What if it's a test? What if the sword rejects you? That's where you're unmade, it sounds like.
That is worrying. I still have much to do even after we return.
But Francis, from a point, martially, I do use, swords in battle.
Maybe it goes beyond that though. Maybe it's not just simply if you're good with sword.
It probably does. Yes.
Well, who do we think should try first?
I'm a lot older than all of you. If any of us are going to get unmade, well, perhaps it's fair that it's me. I lived 5 lives in the time I was gone.
Not even a letter.
Not even a letter.
You were the one to open this, Francis. I don't...
That's true. That is true. Well...
That is very true.
That's a good point.
Why don't you give it a try then, Hugo? See what happens.
If everyone is in accord, I suppose I'll try.
Well, Cyrus, what is Cyrus doing?
You see Cyrus essentially sitting cross-legged on the floor with his head down.
Maybe it's too much for him. We shouldn't bother him.
It seems like he's moving his mouth.
I would say those who have perhaps engaged in dealings that were regrettable at the time may wish to not try.
I mean,
maybe
if
as
the
a
door
last
is
effort.
if the door was any indication, well, that was just a door failing to open.
I do have my soul back, but I don't know if I've ever done it.
I still say a lot more.
I still say Hugo. We know the door open for him. I would say he's the best option. And if he is burned to cinders, we can sweep him up. And
I would agree, just based on the door alone.
Well, okay. I have one small matter first, though. But before I make my way towards the sword, Joel, I'll slide the signet ring I wear on my hand off and hand it to Francis.
Okay.
And I'll say, well, hopefully I'll take this back from you in a moment, but if not, well, you'll figure that thing out eventually. I'll hand him the signet ring.
Okay.
And I guess I will approach the sword. Is there a way up onto the die it's on, or?
Not really, but it doesn't...
Would you like a hand up, old man?
Yeah.
Fucking dimension door up.
It doesn't really... You won't have to worry about it too much. As you approach and look as you're going to go up there, a translucent image of a woman in her 30s wearing plate armor and bearing a thin scar on her cheek appears before you. She points towards Lulu, Lulu's eyes turning a pure white. A whisper fills your ears and says, "I remember." And a wave of radiant energy erupts from her body. In a blinding flash, the ghostly warrior, the Hollyphant, and the bleeding citadel all disappear. The solace of the cathedral is replaced by havoc, screams of panic, acrid smoke. You stand at the edge of a small town of burning cottages, fields, and trees. A broken sign on the ground reveals the settlement's name, Idle Glen. Shrieking townsfolk run from cackling, snarling demons and gnolls. You float above in the sky out in a bit of a shadowy portion of what is definitely one of Lulu's memories. You look down at yourself and you feel somewhat incorporeal yourself. Just mere images riding along in what seems to be a horrific afternoon. As you look about you here, the demons lay into the group of soldiers in front of you, battling for their lives. Trees and buildings burn all around you, but you can hear what sounds like hundreds of voices from the building on your right. Looking at it more closely, you see the 2-story white stone temple has carved images of the sun on its exterior walls. Iron shutters cover the building's windows, and the doors are made of oak. An enormous frog-like creature attempts to tear down those doors while being stabbed at all sides by the town guards. What dominates the square here is a 30-foot tall white marble statue on a raised dais, depicting an armored, blindfolded angel in a calm and protective stance. Her sword drawn, wings unfurled. The dais has carvings on it with the following words: Zariel, guardian of Idleglen, offer prayers to Lathander, and his light will shield thee. You watch as the people here are torn apart, but they make the best of the defense, fighting away the demons as much as they can. The vision shifts and changes, and some of the guards that have died and passed here look up and around at one another, and you watch as the bloody demon ichor on their bodies change them, turning them into demons themselves as they lay into their own countryfolk, tearing them limb from limb. As this happens, down the central way, an enormous being appears out of the fog. Looks like a hyena. Interesting, wild and hideous laugh pierces the air and cuts through the din of the battle around you here. He's a big boy.
Oh.
You've seen some weird hyenas, man.
A giant gnoll covered in matted, blood-stained fur and swinging a 3-headed flail charges out of the haze and towards the statue. You watch as the statue lights itself and begins blasting out radiant energy against the demons around it. The enormous gnoll lays into the statue with its weapon, gore dripping from its red maw and violently laughing. As it seems that the statue is going to break, the sky opens. Gazing upwards towards the sky, the demon lord narrows its eyes. As a beam of radiant light pierces the haze, a powerful angel streaks down from above, followed by a golden-furred mammoth with feathered wings. The angel slashes her sword across the demon's chest and utters a spell. A portal opens behind the demon lord as the mammoth rams its head into him. The demon is sent tumbling through the portal, which quickly closes behind him. This is one of the more fun handouts for this one.
That's awesome.
As the angel and mammoth turn and confront the remaining demons, smiting them from the statue's shadow, eventually the din of battle fades. Corpses are strewn all about the area. The angel turns to you and rises up to your shadowy location and looks at you all. The demon lord Yinog slaughtered those I swore to protect. I had the opportunity to stop him and others like him. I might have given up all I stand for, but I could stem the tide of chaos and save many lives from the demonic terrors of the abyss. Were you in my place, would you risk it all to save others? And she looks eye to eye with V.
Of course. I wanna be someone who rescues others. I've been trying this entire time.
She nods and looks at Francis. Would you sacrifice yourself to save others?
I believe I would.
You would? Are you sure? There's hesitation in your voice.
I would, yes. I'm certain of it.
She nods and looks to Hugo. Would you?
Nowadays, yes. I think I would.
She nods. Looks to Cyrus. And you, young one? Would you sacrifice yourself to save others? Willingly? Forsaking everything for the opportunity?
I would do it with sadness, but I would do it nonetheless.
I did as well. She looks lastly to Trescott.
We've been waiting for this one.
The big fella.
And her eyes glow a bright white. You should not even be in my cathedral. But I will ask you the same question. For maybe one day, your misguided steps will lead you back to a righteous path. Would you sacrifice yourself willingly to save others, forsaking all?
I would. And I hope you are right.
And I think, unfortunately, I believe you already have.
Yes, I have.
You shall still receive my blessing this day, Trescott.
Ooh, she knows my name.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. And with that, the fog wraps up our little group. And as you are taken away, you watch as Zariel prepares to lead her forces and the bloody hooves through a portal into Avernus. And as they ride through, Lulu's memory of Idleglen ends. A flash of light bringing you back to the safety and quiet of the Citadel.
Prescott's going to take a very deep sigh.
Lulu's
wipe his brow.
Eyes gonna come back to. What just happened?
It was as though it was a memory, but she spoke to us as if it was the present. How?
Standing before the dais, atop which the sword of Zariel glows, Lulu and the ghostly warrior still stand. I remember it all now. Idleglen was the last straw. We followed Zariel into Avernus, but the evil here proved to be too much. Asmodeus appeared and promised Zariel infernal legions to end the Bloodlore. But she had to give the Lord of the Nine Hells her fealty. She accepted, became an archdevil, but that's when... And she like points with her trunk at the ghostly woman. Yale! Ah, that's you! Yale and I, we took the sword, hoping we could redeem her one day. I gave up all my magic and memories, and Yale gave her life to build this place. The woman, the warrior. You have faced many trials to claim the sword of Zariel. I am sorry to say, you face one more. As the inscription on the dais says, the hero who becomes one with this blade will exist no longer. It seems one of you has already made the decision. Does that still stand? Are you still brave enough to take the blade?
I see so, yes,
Wait,
seems this is our course of action.
they don't exist any longer. Is that a trade for getting the sword? I thought that was if you failed.
No. You shall see. The one person that you see in front of you shall no longer be that person. There is great magic in this weapon.
Well,
Hugo. I thought I would lose you once. I thought you were gone. I don't know if I can bear to lose you again.
it's okay.
I'll take
I
its
lived
place.
Are you
I'll take
sure? You're young and you've got a lot to discover. I may have been lost from you, but I lived a long and pretty meaningful life. I wouldn't feel too sad for me in my absence.
I wanted to hear the stories of your travels. You were gonna take me to that place.
Well, if it all goes to hell, pardon the expression, Francis, just try using what I gave you and perhaps you'll still get to see it. There's a lot to learn, and far too much to explain in a moment like this, I'm afraid.
Francis, what do you think? You're his best friend. You just got him back.
The selfish part of me does not want Hugo to do this, but I would be betraying him to ask him to refrain from doing it. I think, I mean, I may be wrong, Hugo, but I think you want to do this.
I would rather do it than any of you do it, I think is perhaps the best way of looking at it. I am very old, and you are all very young. You have a lot more to do. And with that, I'm gonna step forward and try
it.
Gently taking the sword.
Yeah. You grasp the hilt of the weapon. The ghost warrior, Yale, nods as you do so. And you can feel the emotion of the sword itself reaching out to you, kind of probing your mind, reading your memories, looking for worthiness. It takes some moments. The celestial steel has a hum to it. And yeah, Hugo, you can pull the sword.
I'll slowly slide the sword out of the stone.
As the sword is slid from the stone here, Trescott, your eyes begin to burn, your skin stings against the light of the weapon. Hugo, you are transformed into a heavenly idealized version of yourself. What does that look like?
I would imagine, in a way, you probably see Hugo revitalized, in a sense. He wasn't frail by any means, but I mean, he was very, very old and mostly sort of magically sustained already. I think you would see like a true sense of vitality come back to him, and yeah, I suppose just a celestial aura imbuing him, really. You've seen him sort of imbue himself with all sorts of magic, but this would look different. This would be, yeah, almost like a pure light in a way.
And as he changes, you watch as enormous feathered wings sprout from his back and unfurl, and he begins to hover. There's a shaking in the citadel, a rumbling. And as the sword begins to expand its glow, Trescott, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I feel like I'm just gonna die to Hugo now.
The citadel and the scab explode outwards in blinding rays of light, incinerating every demon and fiend inside the radius of it, hurling all of the scab in pieces thousands of feet away from the sword and where it was pulled. Yale gives you a nod and disappears, leaving you alone in the wasteland with Lulu. Trescott?
Yes?
Trescott, you'll take half of this, of 20d10 radiant damage. That's 5. So the first 4 here, 65, 85.
Half of that?
You take half of this.
85 would be what, 20?
No, I'm not done yet. That's 90, 94. 30 plus 114, 117 points of damage, halved.
54? 58?
58 points
57?
of damage
58.
during the explosion.
I'm glad I Flash of Genius that. Just melted.
It had the potential.
I think I would have actually just melted. I think that's what would have happened.
Mm-hmm. And Lulu comes over and goes, "Oh, no, Trescott! Sorry."
It's okay, Lulu. As I wipe off the, dead parts of me that just exploded off. I have to live with the decisions that I've made. And I guess that was one of them.
You look up, seeing the glowing, angelic form of Hugo, revitalized. Hugo, there's a lot of things, a lot of text on that sword. I don't know how much of it you've gone through yet, but there's a lot of things on here.
Have you given me it?
Yeah, it's already in your journal.
Is it as good as the rod of lordly might?
It is incredible.
I love how he's now a fighter, angel, wizard.
He's done it all.
Take that, Mordenkainen.
Sorry, Joel, I'm not sure I can see it in my... Oh, is it like a separate entry in my channel?
Yeah,
it should be the Sword of Zariel handout.
I've got it. Awesome. Oh, wow, that is that. Yeah, okay.
Now, some of the things in here, and this is gonna be left in, it alters your personality. You don't have to do that part because takes away player agency. And
reading it, it's not like, it's not a huge change, from what I do, really.
But there's a lot of things that this thing does. And it would impart this knowledge to you in an instantaneous attunement to the weapon.
Wow.
Neat.
There's a moment.
As if you didn't have enough stuff to do already.
And you feel some fear from the sword, some panic. And as Lulu here is healing, she's going to use her once a day heal on Trescott for 70 hit points.
Oh my god. Lulu.
Nice.
Well, we all make mistakes sometimes, okay?
I will make it up to you, Lulu, I swear.
Lulu whips around and looks at Hugo here as if recognizing the moment. They're in trouble. The ones we left in Elturel.
So I think they are.
Oh.
You see, Hugo is quite visibly stunned, and appears to be just staring around him as his eyes become luminous pools of silver. Which is fun.
Pretty sick.
Oh.
Yeah. I can now...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was. If we need to get to Elturel, do we still have the vehicles, or
No,
does
no,
the
no.
sword?
I've got it. I have all my magic back, Francis. I can get us there.
You're kind of
What?
glowy. Are you
Kind of
solid?
glowy?
Are you? Can you go somewhere else out of this area?
I mean, do we have the opportunity to think about that right now?
Okay.
Elturel's in danger. You have to go.
Just don't want to lose you.
Yes, I think we should go. Francis, I need that ring back as well.
Oh, will it fit on your magnificent angelic visage now?
I see you've never seen magic rings before. But,
I will
yes,
give it back to Hugo.
for those wondering, I am still myself, I believe. I'll get to the root of this later, but yes, I think Lulu's right, and I think we have to go.
Well, let's go.
Lulu will. All right, come on, gather around. You remember that teleport thing that we did before? But this one's gonna go much farther. And as you all kind of join together, Mooncolor will join. We'll, like, put a hand on him.
A horse.
Yep, horse. You are teleported to a site we haven't seen in quite some time. The High Hall Cathedral is in ruins. There's fire and flames and an enormous fiend stomping through the center portion, across which you see Rhea and Uldur Ravengard amongst corpses strewn about the room.
Sorry, Joel, are they dead or alive?
They are alive and currently fighting
There it is.
in front of, well, hopefully I can bring this up for everyone here.
Thing's huge.
Oh, there it is. Sensing,
Is it a demon prince?
it's someone you know,
Or Nash?
unfortunately. And he feels you as you enter and turns around. And it's, well, it's your old friend, Gargoth.
No.
And he
shot.
feels you as you enter and turns around here, enormous
be.
mace in hand, and expands his wings to their full length. I knew if I came here, you would just come to me. Look about you. And looking at the corpses on the ground, you recognize the 3 dwarves that had protected this place, as well as the 1 remaining terrified guard that is, well, it's been a bit eviscerated here. And there, on the other side, Uldur Ravengard and Rhea, swords in hands, are making their final stand. Gargoth extends a hand here. Come now. Make it interesting for me. We have many things to discuss. I'm going to need you all to roll me initiative.
What? Why?
Garga suck.
All right,
Ah.
Trescott, for the first time ever, please roll good initiative. Nope. Roll the
I'm
4.
just too divine. I don't need initiative.
2 divine. Oh boy. All right, Gargoth. Rhea.
Francis has better have been worth 6 soul coins.
Oh my.
Uldur Ravengard.
Joel, I just read the bit about my transformation being completely irreversible by anything.
Yup.
Whoa, okay.
That's what the text is. It's like, hey,
Okay.
this
You're an
is
angel
it.
now. Have fun.
Yeah.
So, in front of the closed fist that we know is the secret entrance to all of the people below, we make our final stand here with Uldur Ravengard and co. Francis, you have the top of the turn order.
I will turn to Hugo 2.0 and say
3.0.
I'm not sure if it will help, but I will give you a blessing and wish you well in challenging that. And I
don't think I'm fighting it on my own, but I appreciate the kind words.
I will cast protection from evil and good on Hugo.
Okay. Angelic Hugo with the wings is now protected from evil and good.
And then I'll move over here. And then my turn.
Hide behind the stairs. All right.
And I'll also give him Bardic Inspiration. I'll also give him Bardic. And it's a D10.
Okay. With Bardic as well. Rhea, out of everyone here, has the next attack. And she'll shout out, "Oh, Fee! I'm sorry, I lost your sword. There was a fight and, oh." And she's going to run forward and attempt to attack Gargoth with her blade.
No.
That is a 16 and 11, and they'll just clang off the shin of the enormous fiend. Oh, this is going to be fun. Cyrus, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and use my action to Radiant Soul.
Okay. Also sprouting the wings.
Yep, might not be nearly as cool as Hugo, but you know.
Yeah,
cool.
it's like, so Radiant Soul is essentially like a mirror to what the angels actually look like, right? So you're as close an approximation as a mortal can get.
Cool. It's once. Okay. I'm also fast as fuck. Let's see. So that's 50. That's my natural speed.
Okay. You're starting to crackle as well. If you want to like give it a sec here.
Oh, I am.
Mm-hmm.
You're jittery.
Don't know why that would be. Probably this cord. What about now?
I'd need more than two or three words.
This is difficult.
Just continue saying what you're doing on your turn.
Yeah. Okay. So that's that.
It's worse.
Yeah, it
you
got
are
worse.
still far away, crud. I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
Get there. And then I'm going to use my attack actions to shoot Gargoth with my Radiant Sun.
Sure.
Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. I forgot. This is Radiant Soul's an action. That's my
Okay.
moves.
So you are done there.
Yes.
Okay. Gargoth is going to take his mace here and slam it into Rhea. That is a 33 to hit for 15 bludgeoning and 24 fire damage. Throwing Rhea backwards into a heap. She collapses on the ground. She's not dead. She's just very hurt. Okay. It will then take a step forward here to Cyrus and make a bite attack, a claw attack, and a tail attack.
It's just
So
like
it has 4 attacks?
fine.
He has 4 attacks.
Yikes.
The bite is a 33, the tail is a 23, and the claw is a 28.
All of those hit.
Okay. On the bite, I need a con save.
Okay, I will be using telekinetic reprisal on the bite.
Okay.
I got 15 on the content.
The 15th, the Constitution saving throw is a 21. You are poisoned.
I can't be poisoned.
Okay. You cannot be poisoned. Okay. Then you don't take the additional damage. Nice. You take 21 piercing damage for the bite, 29 for the tail, and 14 slashing damage with the claw.
Gonna be a fun combat.
You ran. I can't even get
I
you.
know I had 4 attacks.
I mean, you were down on 2, but okay.
Wait, were you down
you
in
still have to
2?
deal with the-
You were down on 2. You're...
So you have
Am I-
2 failed death saves as the tail connects with your falling body.
Well, he said.
Right?
I said on the first attack he has to do. He got to do the strength saving throw. He could theoretically get pushed away.
Is a 25.
Okay. he takes
Takes 7 points of damage, and Cyrus's
it's
body
just half.
goes flying across, hitting the ground. 2 failed death saves.
All right.
The wings disappearing. Okay. Mooncolor looks as. Well, I'll guess I'll go get him up.
I love
And
this guy.
Thank you, Mooncolor.
Is going to go galloping forward. Fortunately, having had a long rest, and is going to use one of its healing abilities here, Healing Touch, to, well, 2d8 plus 2. 16! I've gotten a lot of 16s on that. That feels good.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Older Ravengard looks at him and goes, "Watch out! He's incredibly dangerous! He's been dropping fireballs all over the damn place!" And is going to run forward at the Pit Fiend. For Elturel! And let's see if he can do anything here. When he makes 3 attacks. Crits on 1 for 11. And then hits on another one for another 9 for 20 points of damage.
Hooray. You're doing great.
Good job.
V.
All right. Well, that's a big distance. Okay. So I would like to use my bonus action, Asher Dalin Stride. I literally cannot pronounce that.
A Chardalon Stride.
A Chardalin?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's how you pronounce that. To have a burst of speed to get an increased.
What's the
20
radius on a Chardalon Stride?
Itself? Oh, for
The effect.
when you move within 5 feet of a creature.
Okay, so Trescott and Hugo are both within 5 feet of you when you start moving forward.
Can I go around them? I feel like I would know if
Well,
I.
that's what I'm saying. Is like, do you take a step first and then go?
Yes. I would.
Okay, instead of
Yes.
just jetpacking and
No.
blasting them with fire.
Yeah, that would be yes. No.
Okay.
Let's do that, and then so that gives me plus 20, so I have 55, and that was the first 5, so 50. So we're gonna go here. So that's right here. And V would probably like yell out, "Gargaroth, you piece of shit, come after me! I'm the one that you want."
Oh dear.
In all of the time that we have traveled together, you have never once gotten my name correct.
You don't deserve it.
You seem to have gotten his attention.
Good. And that will be my turn.
Okay. Trescott.
Man, Trescott's so far away.
It's a long way.
I hate it. I can't even do that. God.
Crossbow.
I mean, crossbow's the only thing I was gonna do.
Crossbow.
I was gonna do something else, but I'm too far away from Gargaroth. Whatever his name is. Gargamel. Okay.
He was in 26 episodes.
I wasn't in those 26
Oh
episodes.
my
Gargamel
God.
was in more episodes of that.
Okay, yeah, light crossbow attack.
Gargles.
I rolled a 14.
That is gonna just bounce off his body.
I figured it would. V, be careful! And that's it for me. Oh, actually, that's a lie. I'm gonna bonus action cast, because it's a bonus action spell. Oh no, I just attacked. Oh no, I can do. Fuck, I'm so all
You
over
have
the
a bonus
place.
action you can use.
I'm going to cast Spirit Shroud as a bonus action.
Okay.
Basically, like it did when we were fighting what's his face. Spirits come out of me, which do things when I finally get to attack people. but it's a concentration spell for.
It was a 5-foot radius, right?
10 feet.
It's 10 as well?
It is.
Oh my god. All right, never mind. Just 10 feet for everything. You just keep the blue one. I was going to give you a nice little red dot there, but no.
I did like that.
It was kind of neat looking, right?
It was.
Yeah.
10 feet, though.
10 feet. There you go.
Yeah, so that's it for me. I have spooky ghosts around me now.
At 1, Angel Hugo.
Thanks.
Yes.
Join in the battle.
I'm going. So I just realized I now have a flying speed of 90
feet.
So I'm gonna fly 50 feet up into the air and over here.
Okay,
And,
so
well, how tall is the cathedral?
30 feet at this point. Remember, this is the spot. Like this whole area in here has the upper story that you were at with the organ.
Right, of course, yeah.
Right,
yeah,
so it's
right,
30
okay.
here. The
Yeah, I'll go,
center
like,
portion has the higher.
How tall is Gargamel?
Gargamel. He's like 20 feet.
So
He's a
I would
big
go high
boy.
up enough that I'd be out. If I could, I'd be like out as melee if you charged me. Kind of.
If he charged you.
Yeah.
In your current area, noting the length of his limbs and tail, you would
Yeah,
not
I
be
couldn't get
out
out
of
of it.
his range inside
fine.
underneath this portion.
Okay, I'll just go 20 feet up in the air then.
Okay.
And over there. And I'm gonna summon Bigby's hand. So you see a giant wraith-like hand form in the air. And I'll summon it to his side, kind of like where I'm pinging there.
1 second. I'm gonna grab your little token. Ping it one more time.
And I've just like above him, just kind of like that.
Okay.
Okay, and when I summon Bigby's hand, I can make an attack with him. And so I've put that in right, I think. Unfortunately, it's a 12. Can't
Yeah.
imagine that hits him.
It bonks him, and he just looks at it. Does not seem to
Well.
do any damage.
It's a big hand. And I think I will end my turn there for now. But
Okay.
the hand remains.
The hand remains. Francis.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
first thing I'm gonna do.
concentration as well.
Gotcha.
First thing I'm gonna do is, oops, that's the wrong button. Move out here, and I will attempt to rattle from Psychic Lance, Earwax.
Earwax? That's a different guy entirely.
I know, I'm goosing.
I wish instead of Lulu had been
I wish it was
Earwax waiting
Earwax.
for us.
Yeah, final giant
So
chicken
it's
battle.
an intelligence save from the big man.
That is a 24.
Okay, so he succeeds and takes 16
Nice.
psychic damage. And then I shall use my Mantle of Inspiration for my bonus action. So everyone gains, has gone up. Okay, so everybody gets 11 temporary hit points. Or at least it would be Hugo, Trescott, V, and Cyrus is who I'm targeting.
Okay.
They get 11 temporary hit points and can use half their movement, or the reaction to use half their movement speed. Without
Okay,
an attack.
so you can make half your movement speed down now if you would like to.
Yes, please.
I can't, right?
Yes.
You are out of range, I believe. Is that right?
No, he got, he
you're-
got me, but I used my reaction, right?
What was your reaction?
The reprisal.
Then yes, yeah, you're done.
Okay, and then after that, I shall use my remaining 15 movement points and go back to where I was, Joel.
Okay.
Ends with turn.
All right. Shakily getting up from the ground is Rhea. And she's gonna run forward.
Oh my
She
goodness.
she
Rhea.
is the real hero here.
And she's going to
We are.
attempt
We're
to
the heroes.
slash out with the sword. She rolls a 25 on one of them for 10 slashing damage. Coming in, hacking at his ankles here. And you note, it's not the same sword you gave her. And it doesn't bite as deep as you'd like it to. All right. Cyrus.
I will stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I will
Actually, I
hover-
get to hit.
I will hover 5 feet above the ground
Okay.
with my cool wings. I don't know if he's gonna do any dumb earth shaky things, so then I'm just gonna freaking shoot this. I'm gonna yell in Celestial. I'm tired of these freaking demons on this freaking plane. just freaking get shot, please.
Uh-huh. Okay.
21, 12, 27, 12.
Oof. Okay. The 21 and 27 will hit.
Okay, good. 18 total damage. Woo!
18 total as the radiant blasts hit here. Okay.
I'm gonna stick near Moonglow, and I'm just gonna have my turn.
He also takes 5 from my stride.
Oh,
Is it
goodness!
fire damage?
I'm so sorry. He
That's
takes
true.
damage. He takes an additional 10 damage.
From.
Holy crap! Yeah, it's based on my level, my Radiant Soul.
Okay. So he takes an additional 10 for one of the blasts there, so it's 28 total points.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so unfortunately, V, with your Shadowland Stride, regardless,
Yeah, I
it
forgot
is fire, and he is
Yeah.
unaffected.
Totally.
Okay. Good. Baldur Ravengard.
I believe in him. He crit last time.
He actually did. That is true. Baldur is going to do the same thing here with his sword, making 3 attacks, 2 of which will hit for another 17 points of damage. Okay. That is our unicorn friend here. He looks down at Cyrus. You good? All right. And he's going to go galloping in to try and charge into the Pit Fiend. Let's see if he hits. That is a horn and hoof attack. The horn attack will hit. The hoof attack hits 2 for 22 points of damage.
Good job.
Okay. Gargoth looks down at you all. I don't really like how many of you there are. Let's bring it down. And he's going to cast Fireball on his feet. And
Chat move.
I need everyone within this radius of fire to roll me.
Is it really that big? It's huge, isn't it? It's like 20 foot.
It's huge.
20 foot radius.
Joel actually did a jump scare fireball.
I need it for the unicorn, Cyrus, V, Older Ravengard, and Rhea. All dexterity saving throws. DC is 21.
Ooh, nat 20.
Coming in hot with the net.
I fail.
is what?
I only take half damage.
Wait, DC is what?
21. Okay. Let's see. Rhea fails.
How much by she does she fail?
John, does that not
number.
include you?
I don't know. He didn't say me.
Oh, if you're. Oh, no, shut up. You're in that. Come on, man. Come on, don't play me like
I
that.
rolled a 10.
I can't.
I figured you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, she rolled a
I need-
14, so she is.
She's not gonna. I can't help her.
Okay.
What about the unicorn?
Older rolled a 9.
That's a
It
no.
is 31 total points of fire damage.
Roll it from my hand as well.
Oh
think
yeah,
it's just
your
got a
hand,
flat save.
your hand is
It's a
just
13.
yeah.
It's a flat save.
Okay, so it's 31 total points of fire damage. If you have a 21 or higher, you take half, or evasion, you take half.
Those potions of fire resist when you need them.
As a note, Rhea is absolutely torched here.
Yeah.
She goes down.
Rhea, no.
She,
Older
like-
Ravengard takes 30 points of damage.
Does she look? Oh, she's okay.
I mean,
She's not a
you
play
can
character.
go look.
Not.
You can go look. You want to go make a medicine check and decide if she's alive or not, or try and spend a healing thing? You can.
I mean,
She is not a player character, so
Cool.
we'll have to find out. And Gargoth looks around and goes, only one of you? Fine. V, what do you want to do?
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay. I'm gonna attack him first. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. With my lightning launcher. So 20.
Hits. Okay.
12, and then another one. Nat 20. 30.
Okay.
Another 9.
For 9 more? Yeah, okay.
She's so good. Just leave me alone.
21 total points.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, you're so scared of us that you're going to use something you're resistant to. I'm disappointed in you, and even more than I even fathomed it could be.
Unacceptable. And he begins to loom even larger. I need everyone in 30 feet of him to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is it a frightening effect?
It is.
I can't
You
be frightened.
can't be frightened. But everyone else can be.
Yes, unfortunately, you're not all within my warm glow.
There's a thought.
V, that is a nat 1. You are now
Yeah.
frightened of him.
Mm-hmm. Well, he got bigger, so.
He just rose to his height.
Stretch.
Cyrus,
Oh, okay,
also
alright.
afraid. Our unicorn Mooncolor, also afraid. Ulder Ravengard, also afraid. Trescott cannot be afraid. Okay. B, anything else?
That's it from her.
Perfect, love it. Trescott,
Question: if I move into range of someone who is already frightened, do they become unfrightened?
what does your aura say?
It says, starting at level 10, you and a friendly creature within 10 feet of you can't be frightened while you are conscious.
Cannot be frightened.
Cannot be frightened. They are already
Say
frightened.
become. Yeah.
Okay.
That would seem.
If you are
Just
in
do
the
a
aura,
run, just
if you're in the aura, you're no longer frightened. As Trescott's, I don't know, inspiring presence?
fires me.
It's the rod. It's always
It's
been.
the
It's the
rod!
rod. The rod leveled up. Trescott didn't
Very
worry about
Very
that.
inspired by that.
Oh. Lovely.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna do what Trescott does and take big, meaty swings with my battle axe.
Okay,
Whack! 24.
hits.
And you know I'm gonna Divine Smite.
Yeah, of course! You
I'm
have
gonna
all
Divine
of your
Smite
slots right now.
I'm gonna Divine Smite at level 3.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so that is, let's just press the button. That is 22 points plus the additional 2d8 for the extra smite, plus the additional d8 for Spirit Shroud.
Okay.
And for some reason, if he wanted to, he can't regain hit points this turn.
Sounds good.
Wait, hold on. I think he's actually supposed to do a wisdom save. Do. Oh my god, reading
Long
is hard.
text.
Nope, just it
Radiant,
is just
necrotic,
it is what
or
it
cold,
is.
your choice when you cast the spell.
Probably just necrotic for the sake of my character.
Okay.
And yeah,
And there was one.
unless I notice that necrotic is like not doing
No,
as much.
it seems to do the
juice.
thing.
Lovely.
It seems to do the thing. However, I wanted to check something on Divine Smite because I think it still does an extra D8 on a fiend.
Oh, that's right. Because smite hasn't necessarily changed technically.
The
I don't know
damage
if that's a
increases by another D8 if the target is
it's a
undead or
fiend.
a fiend, up
I've been
to a
messing- I've been-
maximum of 68.
Wow.
I've been missing that this entire time. So that's another d8. There you go. There's another 8 damage. So how much is that? 22, 7 is 29,
39?
31, 39.
39 points of damage in the first swing.
I wish I had smite, or I wish I had crit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, would have been nice.
I'm gonna just swing again.
Okay.
Whack. 14 does
14
not hit,
will
I
not
assume. Darn, because I was gonna do something cool after that. But I can't, so that is my turn.
Okay. Lulu,
Oh, Lulu, go.
recovering from her teleportation, can fly 120 feet. Jesus. And is going to get up in the area over here. And is going to use her an attempt to deal damage.
Let's go.
Yeah, the trumpet of blasting here. Gonna have to make a con save. He's gonna make the save, but he's gonna take the half of 5d6.
Oh, nice.
10 points of damage. Okay. And she looks down at you here and goes, "Stay in range! I can protect you from magic!" She also has an aura.
Goodness.
Ah, so many overlapping auras.
If you make green together.
Okay, Hugo.
So, Hugo, upon communing more with the Sword of Zariel, which in layman's terms could be described as reading what it does, is going to embrace his destiny and become the angel tank wizard we all know he can be. And I'm going to fly above my friends. I know it's a bit of a pain. I'll put myself there.
It's okay.
And, well, first as a bonus action, I'm not going to attack with Bigby's hand. I'm going to invoke the holy light of the sword, which increases its light to 30 feet, which basically disorientates any fiend.
Yeah.
And they have disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
That seems like a good idea.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to, I actually think my best offensive course of action is I'm going to spin up a chromatic orb, but at 4th level.
Okay.
And I will...
Okay. You will feel this as you enter the aura of Lulu here.
She got an anti-magic zone.
Oh, from outside the... Okay. Okay. You are good as long as you're casting from inside the area.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
And I will spin it up at 4... Oh, no, that's not the right level. It's fine, I can just add it. Yeah, I'll do it for thunder damage?
It is a ranged spell attack.
Yes.
You are in melee range. It is at disadvantage.
Sorry, I wasn't intending to go in melee range.
Okay.
So I'd be like... Yeah, so I want to be like above everyone. I just didn't want to cover up their tokens.
Sure.
Yeah. Kind of like where Lulu Trescott is, basically. I'll just pop myself somewhere.
So he does have reach.
Ah.
And you would note that. Like, he's a big guy.
Alright. In that case, I wouldn't cast a spell in melee, sorry, if I can take that back.
Yeah, of course.
What should... I have so many options. Wizard is like, oh my god. Okay, in that case, I will cast Stellar Bodies on myself.
Okay.
Instead. Okay, cool. So I've got my my stars around me now.
The light disadvantage there, is it just while the light is there forever, or is there like a duration?
It is while the light is there forever.
Okay, cool.
The sword just messes with fiends, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. That's its point.
Yep.
Okay. As you
Even if
get
they
up
can't
there,
see it.
the bright light of Zariel's sword, and you watch as he shies away from it. Francis, what do you want to do?
I mean, I really don't have anything dramatic to do this turn. I'm kind of trying to save things until people need
Start
help.
dying?
So I'm just going to go here, and I'll fire 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
At Klim.
At Klim?
Way back.
He's been blasted enough. Come on.
13 and 28.
The 28 will find the mark. For 5? Nice.
Yeah, that ends my turn. Actually, I'll just move another 10 feet up here.
Okay. Cyrus.
I unfortunately am still scared.
Indeed. So you cannot approach.
Nope. Which means I can't get into Trescott's aura. I really don't want to be that close to him because I can use my action to stillness of mind. Oh, you fool! Yeah, okay. I'm gonna action stillness of mind.
Okay.
And then my bonus action. Yeah. My bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith
On.
on Moonglow or Mooncolor.
Okay.
Mooncolor gets plus 2 to AC.
Okay. Takes plus 2 to AC. You're concentrating on the spell.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't approach. I'm chilling where I am.
Okay. Baldur Ravengard is going to attempt in his fear to attack. Screaming out here. With disadvantage, all of these are going to miss. At the end of his turn, he can attempt the saving throw again. So wisdom save, he rolls a 3. Mooncolor is going to continue to attempt the horn and hooves attack here. 11 on the first, 15 on the second. Neither of these are going to hit. And then it's Gargoth's turn. Blinded by the light as he is, with disadvantage, I think he's still going to try. Yeah. He's a smart dude. He's gonna attempt to hit V. Does not like you. We're gonna see how it goes. He's going to roll with his mace, claw, bite,
I don't like your face.
and tail. I'm gonna literally screenshot this one.
8 nat 20s.
8.
Nope, but with the
I
disadvantage.
want to see this. I'm wait for this.
With the disadvantage, that's 2 nat 20s. Double 34s.
You get the 1 in 400
Double 34s.
twice.
The low damage on the bludgeoning here, but it will be 14 points of bludgeoning and 32 fire damage.
I would like to, as a reaction, project my ward onto V, so she'll take 25 less.
Okay, so it'll reduce it by 25, V.
Oh, okay. So 13 plus what?
So hang on, so it's 32.
So you're taking 45, you're now taking 20.
Yes.
I can do that math.
Okay. The claw. Go ahead.
I would also like to do the reaction
Of the shield?
I'm actually going to use my repulsion shield effect after being hit by a melee attack, right? That's what that was.
Okay.
And I push the attacker back 15 feet.
Can you do that something that big?
There's
Is it-
a size requirement?
It does not have
What is that?
any
Is that Sapphire
requirements.
Shield?
No, it's repulsion shield. It's a modification that I added. Being an earth.
Oh.
I can like copy it and just it.
Gains
I've never
plus
gotten
1
to
bonus
use
to
it
armor
before, so-
class, 4 charges, can cast reaction immediately after being hit by melee attack to expend 1 charge and push the attacker. Yeah, no size. Does not matter.
15
Okay.
feet.
15
You've been able to
feet
push
backwards.
this whole building back.
Ravengard, like, oh my god!
15. Older Ravengard gets absolutely bowled over and is now prone.
It's fair.
That is a
I
forced
wanted to
move, so no one gets
tell
any
him.
attacks of opportunity here. Okay.
get back.
Yeah. And
New
he goes
shields.
pushing backwards and we're not
Better
done
than you.
yet. What's the range on the radius of that light, Hugo?
30 feet.
30 feet. Nice.
Yeah, because I can increase it as a bonus action.
Okay. Okay. He is going to then change his bite and claw to Older Ravengard.
See ya.
We just killed a guy.
He
Just
gets
killed him.
crit
I wanna push him
on the
back.
first for 30,
crit again?
40 points of damage. And Ulder Ravengard has to roll a con save against poison. He fails and takes an additional 6d6 poison damage
See ya.
That's super
for
good.
18. And then the claw attack will kill him at 20 points. He is then just going to fly up into the air. 30 feet. Backwards.
Oh,
over
because
this
he's in like the.
direction.
the
Oh,
I see. Come back here.
He is now in the open area here,
That'd be cool.
up into the air.
Get your ass back here,
She's
Garglamel.
Gorglamel. Actually, no. This is much higher. He can, 60-foot fly speed. He already got pushed back. Yeah, he's gonna go up 40 feet. There's a large
Gonna
opening.
have an
here.
anime sky battle.
You coward!
Get back here, Schmeagle.
V, what do you want to do?
V would use magic missile at 2.
Okay.
It's gonna hit him. 4.
Okay. For 12 total points of damage.
12. Have you no shame?
Shame. My greatest shame was being locked inside that shield, having to do your bidding. And now, I am free.
And running away.
Okay. What are you doing?
Come back so I can push you again. And that'll
Push
be
you
your
again?
turn.
Okay. You don't want to move?
Right.
No, she's gonna hang out with her friends.
Okay, Trescott.
Thanks, V. Now I'm absolutely useless. I wish I had a
cross.
I wish I had a fly speed. Take out my my crossbow and take a shot. I
All
guess.
right. Yeah, go for it. 13.
13.
Plink. Right off
Yep.
of his hide.
And Trescott stands strong, I guess.
Okay.
Not much else I can do.
Lulu looks around and says, do I attack? Do I stay? I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay. And that's it. Hugo.
Okay. I am going to. How far away is he? He's not that far. Okay, yeah, who cares? I'm gonna start moving forwards, but I will briefly turn around in the air, and I will say quietly, in an attempt to be quiet, to V and Lulu and Mooncolor as well. I'll say, stand with Trescott. See if you can get him to use his fireball again.
Okay.
And then I will fly. Well, okay. Actually, I'll send one of my astral stars at him first.
Sure.
From stellar bodies, which is gonna be a. I'll just use fireball attack. 20 to hit.
Absolutely.
So he takes
48.
14 radiant damage,
nice.
and he has to do a. Sorry, what's the save again? I think it's a con save. Let me just check. Sorry, wisdom saving. No, that's not right. Con save, yeah.
Con save is a
That's two, so
21.
That does succeed.
Okay.
And then I will, fly after him, and I'll get in his face.
Okay.
Might regret it. We'll see.
Yeah, and he sees you. You look better than the last time I saw you, Hugo.
I preferred you as a shield.
Francis, what do you want to do?
I mean, again, I'm just gonna fire off a couple average blasts. So 14 and 25.
Okay. The 25 will hit.
5.
Hey.
Again. And then. I mean, I think the gang does need a little bit, so I'll go 30 feet forward and use the Mantle of Inspiration again. So another 11 temporary hit points, and then the movement speed thing.
Is that for? Is it for everyone?
So not Hugo, but Trescott, V, Cyrus, and Mooncolor. Or
Yeah. You gonna do moon color?
I don't know. I can't
Flip.
decide. I'll target the guard back in Baldur's Gate. No,
I would just like to say,
The
Craig,
child that
you're wildly disrespecting Chucker and Clonk right now. Just throwing that out.
I will target Mooncolor.
Okay.
Target Mooncolor. And that ends my turn.
Okay. Cyrus.
Thanks for the boost. I can pick them.
You are very quiet right now. Can you speak up?
I think you're also roboting.
Hello, my name is Justin. I'm playing a game.
Yes.
Hopefully it's
pretty
not
quiet.
too roboty.
You're pretty quiet here. Just keep
It is.
talking.
How am I quiet?
I
I'm
got
so
you. I got you up at
confused.
200% now. We're good. Go.
It's so strange. Okay. Yeah, so I am over here now, which should be freaking close enough. Yes, it is. Get shot at, you
Are
annoying...
you're 40 feet up?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what the 4 means, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, actually, so that was your timing. So this is turn 5.
Oh,
you were
I thought it was
just
turn
floating.
4.
Right? No, this is the start of turn 5, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I was also keeping track, but apparently
Okay.
I was 1-0. That's fine.
So you want to fly up as well? Sure.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Okay. I will shoot him 4 times.
Nice. Hey. Out of the 4, the 22 and the nat 20 will find the mark.
For a total of, that's Sag, 12 damage.
12 total points.
You suck.
And at this point, he's actually looking hurt. He's bleeding from multiple different wounds. The radiant damage and necrotic have started eating away at his flesh here, but he still grins as if he's enjoying the whole thing.
Just
That
a
is
fun
my
guy.
turn.
Mooncolor's gonna look around and goes, I cannot reach him up there. And we'll stand next to Trescott. And ready in action just in case the guy gets close. Gargoth, looking at his angelic counterpart,
Take the bait.
looks at you and goes, the sword is far too bright. How about we dim it a little? And he's going to make all 4 attacks against you, Hugo.
He's got protection from good and evil, all disadvantage.
He's already got disadvantage.
Already has disadvantage.
Double disadvantage.
Double.
Extra
All right,
super.
so just in case you decide to teleport, I'm going to do them one at a time.
Huh?
Because you have that ability. With disadvantage, the mace is a 19.
Okay. I would like to teleport.
Okay, where do you go?
I will go 10 feet in this direction. There you go.
Okay. He closes the distance with you. Well, actually, he doesn't even need to. It's 10 feet. Is going to then use his claw attack. That is a 17 to hit.
That does hit me, yes.
Okay, it will hit for 18 slashing damage. And a con save for... You're concentrating on something here.
Yes, I am. I've got
Big B's.
big beast, yeah. 21.
Nice. We'll then use his tail as a 21
That does hit.
for 23 points of damage.
Oof.
And then we'll close the distance for the bite. Whew, good thing it's disadvantage, because that was a nat 20 otherwise. A 31
That does hit, yes, surprisingly.
for 23
Okay.
piercing damage.
Oh, I had a few points of water. Yeah, that's
Can you be poisoned?
fine. I think I can, yes.
Okay. If you can, I need a con save. DC
Let me just-
21.
Yes, I can be poisoned. Con save. 14, but I would like to add my bardic inspiration to that.
Okay. Which is a D8.
D10. It's a 10
D10.
now.
Oh, good. Nice.
Please be high. An 8, 22.
Ooh,
Not
just
poisoned.
over. Not
Just in
poisoned.
case.
And no poison damage.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty beat up, but I'm
Yeah.
alive.
And he looks at you. And goes, you should be dead. V.
V's gonna, I guess, go up as much as can, but she's gonna cast Fly
Okay.
and go up to him,
Okay.
all up in his face.
Okay. You cast fly on yourself for your action,
Yep.
flying up 40 feet into the air, joining him and Hugo in the air.
And she's just facing him.
Oh,
being like,
sorry, Joel. I did have my Stellar Bodies star when he was hitting me there. I don't know if you want to roll it or not. It's up to you, I forgot.
Stellar Bodies is what save?
It's a wisdom save for each attack that he hits me with.
So he hit you 3 times.
Yeah.
21, 24, 27.
Yeah, never mind. Have a great day.
Okay.
and that will be.
Yeah.
She does.
He looks at you.
Her turn.
How good of you to join us. Trescott.
I'll say it again. I really wish I had a fly speed. Says to the 3 people that can make me fly.
I can't.
Yeah, I guess I'll just load another crossbow bolt.
Sure.
Whack away. That's a
14.
14.
Clink.
With my bonus action, I'll use my what is it even called? Harness power to, instead of using channel divinity, to gain a spell slot back.
Sure.
Just for more smites when I finally get the chance to.
Yeah. Lulu will come over this direction. Oh, I'll just protect you guys then, I guess. Okay. Hugo.
Okay. Well, I can't really get to Trescott and give him a fly speed, unfortunately. I will... So I will, I'll Misty Step away. I kind of have to at this point. I'll kind of go down closer to the floor and, like, over here into the, into Lulu's, like, protective aura.
Yeah.
And then I will...
Or did you say disengage or no?
Oh, no, I Misty Stepped.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I Misty Step over there, and there's not too much I can do with an action, really. You know what? There's actually pretty much nothing that I can do with an action. Oh, yes, there is. I can fire my remaining astral...
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, I've got Petra trying to sit on my keyboard. I'll fire my remaining astral star at him for a natural 20.
There you go. 8d8.
Which is 8d8 radiant damage, and I need a 43 points of radiant damage.
Wow.
Big.
And I need a Constitution saving throw from him.
Whoa!
Wow.
That's a lot of damage.
The con save's a 26.
It's fine, but I don't care. That's
7 of those 8 dice were
stellar
over
bodies, guys.
half.
It's a good
That's
spell.
great.
It's a good
cool.
spell. Not concentration, and it's great.
It's not. Yeah, I will end my turn there.
Okay. Absolutely. All right, Francis.
I'm gonna cast Raltham Psychic Lance.
Sure.
Targeting. I can't think of anything funny this time, so.
I can't.
The Admiral.
Anything funny. As a 26 on the save.
Okay, so he succeeds and takes half damage.
Okay, so take the 11.
I may as well I'll just blast. What's the point? And then I'll just move around here.
At least it's guaranteed damage and you don't miss.
It's true. That ends my turn.
Like off doing a side quest in this fight.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Cyrus.
I'm gonna move
Oh, okay.
slightly, if that matters.
You are
And-
40 feet in the air, so not really.
Cool. I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
You shot. Why won't you die?
Oh, 27, 27, 27, 28?
Wow, jeez.
Yo!
27.
3 19s in a row.
And then an
That's
nat 20.
Hogs?
Wow, okay.
Wow.
He put his sight on his arm. He was like,
20, 25,
14,
30,
Yeah, you do math.
33?
I just
33
tanked, they do
points of damage.
Over radiant damage, baby.
Blasting into him here, and you know that, like, Gargoth's actually looking really rough at this point. He's looking pretty damn hurt comparatively to when we walked into this room. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Mooncolor looks
Cyrus
at...
is happy with himself.
It's a really good shots. And is going to use one of his heals here for Hugo, since there's not much else that he can do. 2d8 plus 2, 14.
Well, big fan. Thank you.
And Gargoth up here is
Me and
fine.
you.
You want it this way, then it will be this way. He
you
no
go.
longer has the disadvantage.
Yeah, he does. He's 30 feet of me.
He is 40 feet in the air.
Shit, that's a good point.
Oh,
So
Wait, but... he would still be within 30 feet of me, right?
what if he moves here?
Oh, you think you're so smart, don't you?
I mean,
No, yeah. Of course, yeah, he can move out of it super easily. He's right on the edge.
geometry.
And you know, we're gonna see how it goes. The
right.
mace is a 27
that does hit.
for 15 bludgeoning and 26 fire damage.
All right, wait. I gotta calculate this stuff. I can't. 26
Yeah,
plus
so
what was that?
15.
31.
It's
41.
30. Yeah, 41. 41 on the first.
Okay.
And he will use.
Question
Yep.
then. If I use the shield again to can I put him down towards the ground? Can I like?
It's directly
Or is
away
it-
from you.
is it
right?
directly
You are
away?
not
Okay.
above him in any way. You are directly at him.
Sorry, Kat, would you have to con save your flying as well?
Yes.
I would. There's
It is a
there's lot.
DC 20.
21.
Nice.
Save.
Very close.
Nailed it.
Let me just make changes. Okay. Then I would like to use the Sapphire Shield's ability to do 2d6 thunder damage to him.
Yeah, there's no save on that, is there?
No, it's
But
just
it does use your reaction.
It does. It's 2.
2.
Please take 2 whole
2
damage.
thunder damage.
Nice.
Okay.
He
Thank you.
explodes.
He does not, unfortunately. Is there anything else? Or okay,
That is
go
it.
with the next one.
Continue.
Okay. The claw attack here is a natural 20 to 34 for 20 points of damage.
That's a lot of nat 20s, Joel. Yeah, sure. Okay. 20.
You should talk to Trescott about nat 20s today
Okay. And then
for 20 more points of
Okay.
damage.
Save as well.
And a save. That'd be DC 10.
Okay.
Just
10.
making it.
Flying.
The tail attack will miss at a 21. The bite attack is a 30.
Okay.
Hits for 20 piercing damage. I need a con save.
Okay. 1 second. Still up. 19.
Okay. It is a DC 21 con save. So with 20 points of damage there, are you still up or not when he bites you?
I am. Yes, I'm still up.
I see 3 hit points on your sheet.
I have-
How are you up?
What do you mean I have 3? No, I just put the other. I had 43, and then I took 20,
Uh-huh.
and then the last one,
Did you?
I need a 3.
I think you missed the damage from the first attack, maybe.
No, I went to 43 on after the first attack.
Oh.
Okay.
So I'm at 3.
Can you be poisoned?
Oh, goodness. I actually don't know. I have advantage on saving throws against being poisoned,
Okay, roll it again.
and I have resistance to poison damage. A Constitution, you said?
Mm-hmm.
19?
Okay, still does not succeed.
Oh, actually, wait, sorry. One more time because it was advantage.
No, yeah, that was the
No,
19,
that was
and
the
then the
advantage.
19. That's your second roll for the poison.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
thought it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought that
So
was.
you
to
were
stay in
resistant
the
to
air.
it,
I was confused.
right? So it's 21 poison damage halved for 10. You take 10 poison damage and are poisoned
Okay.
from the bite.
I have a. Oh, I have a +1 to saving throws as well, but that wouldn't have mattered
Why do you have a +1?
because I took
Is
the
it not
cloak
in
of
the-
protection during the break.
Okay.
And I didn't get to
we
add it.
Should have added it. All right.
I know.
Regardless, still does not
Yes.
make a 21.
Okay.
You get bit. You take
Okay.
your poison damage.
Mm-hmm.
You go unconscious.
Go unconscious.
You fall 40 feet.
Ow.
You hit the ground. You automatically fail 2 death saving throws. You are also
Okay.
poisoned. While poisoned in this way, you take poison damage at the start of each of your turns.
Joel.
Oh. And the target cannot regain hit points.
Okay. I have died.
V hits the ground, and from what we know right now, dies. Trescott. Well, she got what was coming to her.
As Trescott pulls out another light crossbow bolt.
Oh, come on then! You can't fly up here with me!
No, but I wish I could. I rolled a 7.
Plink!
Yeah. Welcome to Trescott's life as a martial fighter with no ability to get in the air. That's it for me, Captain.
All right. Lulu, even with all of her magical abilities back. Okay. She looks at you and goes, okay, don't worry. She's fine. We just win in the next hour, all right?
I mean, yeah.
And then
Lulu's,
she
like,
cowers
super
behind
strong.
Trescott.
Well, you don't want to wear me as or you don't want to be a hat.
Okay. Hugo.
So I better just start blasting mode, really. He's looking pretty beat up, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. How far away is... Oh, okay, yeah. Big B's can reach him.
Going up towards him. It's 40 feet up in the air, 30 feet over.
30 feet, yeah, so it's like 36 feet to get to him?
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. It can go 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll move Big B's over to next to him as a bonus action and try and give him the slap.
Whack!
So Big B's big slap is a 24 to
Ooh,
hit.
that hits!
For 19.
Oh,
points.
that hits! It looks good. He gets slapped.
Yeah, he gets absolute, and it's like a backhand.
Yeah.
You know? And then I will bin up. Yeah, I'll do a chromatic orb. He really needs to die. What do I have here? I'll do a chromatic orb at 3rd level, I guess.
Okay.
I'll spin up his thunder damage. It's only an 18 to hit.
The 18 will just miss.
Oof, feels bad. Okay. That is realistically my turn.
Unless you have any movement you want to do here.
I do have movement, yeah. I want to stay in sight of him. But yeah, I guess I'll just like fly sort of like back and up a little bit just to get a little bit more distance. But okay, yeah, I'll end my turn there.
Okay. Francis.
From around the corner.
From way downtown.
Yeah, you heard the sound of a clanging metal body, and you come around the corner and see V on the ground in absolute shambles.
I will just. I will once again go for the lance.
Okay.
So it's another DC 16, 27 or half if he succeeds.
Mm-hmm. He succeeds at a 21. We'll take half the damage.
13.
Uh-huh.
13. And I guess I will do another Mantle of Inspiration. Francis would target V, even though I know if she's poisoned or just flat dead. But then I also target. I mean, Trescott's useless, so like he can't fly, so I'm not gonna waste time with him. I will target Cyrus, Hugo, and Mooncolor, and give them the 10 hit points.
Is it?
It's 11.
Can you double up 10 hit points?
No. So it might not affect some of you.
Right. So it replaces whatever the value you have if it's higher.
Yep. But you get the free movement if that is important to you. No. I will move forward.
Forward.
And then my turn.
Okay. Cyrus.
In the name of the sun, I purge you in holy fire. 2, 3,
You don't.
4. I only hit once, don't I?
20 and 22 both hit here.
All right. So it's 10. Was that plus my radiant soul? My level's worth extra damage, so that's a total of 28 damage.
For 28 total points of damage as the radiant bolts do find their target, lancing through Gargoth. He floats down slowly to the ground, wheezing and coughing, black blood spilling out of his mouth, smiling the entire time as he touches down. Oh, this isn't over. Not by a long shot. And he points his mace out to Trescott. You and I will be seeing each other very, very soon. And as he coughs and blood spills out, an oozing black portal opens up underneath him and swallows him.
Nice.
Gross.
I run over to V.
Yeah, same.
Fuck.
Yeah, Lulu will fly over to you. Okay. Okay, it's gonna take an hour, so like lock this place down. I can get her back.
Let's get her back.
Yeah, and so Lulu will
Being
go
ripped
about
to everyone else.
sprinkling sparkles over V's body for the next hour. What do you guys want to do?
I guess I would check on Uldar, Ravengard, and Rhea to see if they may have survived.
Yeah, well. Hang on. Okay. Checking on them, roll me medicine checks.
Right.
They're not high. I just want you to, like, you're over there doing the thing, taking a look.
Uldar is 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's entirely clear to you he's been absolutely smashed to a pulp. There is nothing that remains of him.
Damn. And Rhea, 19.
She's alive.
I cast Cure Wounds.
Rhea's alive?
I guess I'll just do level 1 for now.
Yeah.
10 healing.
You bring her back up to 10, and she coughs and sputters and kind of like leans over on sides. Did we win?
We forced him to retreat, but I'm afraid he's not dead.
It's better than losing. And she'll collapse back on the ground. Is everyone alive?
No. I'm afraid that Uldar Ravengard, unfortunately, died. And our friend V is also in a perilous situation.
Oh. She'll roll over and like look over where V is and where Lulu's doing like this little prancing dance with all the sparkles. Is she going to be all right?
So long as Lulu isn't disturbed for the next hour, she says she can save her. But I think we need to defend here.
Okay.
Not that you haven't been doing so already, I guess, but is there anyone else able to fight?
Well, we lost some from below. You remember when we were down there? Older and I, and she points at the dwarves. And, well, this was it. And, like, right next to where she's down, too, Trevik is there, the old guard that you found hiding in a corner. This was it. We never found any other warriors. This was everyone. The ones down below, though, the children, the people, they're safe. And in some numbers we grew. We were able to find them around the city, hiding. We had to stop him from getting inside.
Well, I guess for the time being, that we've done that.
Yes.
But I think we're looking to make the solution a bit more permanent. I guess we're looking to stop the descent into Avernus.
He said it. He said the thing.
He said the name of the show.
She looks. How? How can you?
Well, Hugo, who you may remember,
Yes.
looks a little different now in more ways than one.
You all look a little different.
Yeah, we've lost and gained certain.
Funnily enough, I would have looked more different like 15 minutes ago. It's been a long day.
Hugo has been blessed with a weapon of great power. And I suppose that we're hoping to utilize that power to save what remains of the people here. But I just don't know what we do next.
Well, I think right now we rest and hopefully V survives. And hope that nothing comes crashing through that door.
If it does, Rhea, we will be ready.
Will we?
As ready as we can.
Okay. And she'll, like, get up and kind of go lean on the wall here. All right, I'll keep watch. Okay.
Joel, wasn't there... I know there's the upper balcony where there's the sick organ. I don't mean sick as in ill, I mean cool ass.
Pretty
organ.
sick, though.
Does it have an overlook out onto the city?
Ooh. Yes.
Or does it only face inward? Because I guess that's where I would
There
go.
are
I
two
would go with
towers.
him to
Yeah,
look,
there are
yeah.
2 towers. There's a balcony with like a real overlook on the city. And then there are 2 towers with arrow slits on it that are probably a safer location to be looking out.
That's where I would go then. I would just say, I'm going to see what's going on out there, and I guess keep watch of.
I'll come with you in case there's Gargamel again.
Sure. Okay.
Clem.
Clem. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, you guys go head up to go take watch. Trescott, what are you doing?
I was just gonna say, I mean, I know Lulu's got her thing down, but I would be kind of hovering. Basically, if Lulu needed something,
Sure.
water, damp towel. You know.
Towel! Yeah. Mooncolor
Dab her
kind of
forehead.
does the same thing here. Like, oh, can I help it anyway? Oh, goodness.
I mean, I know I'm kind of spooky, but I do technically heal. It's not a good way, but I know it's not that kind of healing, so I'm just there to help.
Sure. Cyrus?
I am going to go keep Ray company, I suppose.
Okay, you keep watch
Long
with
time
Rhea
no
down
see.
here. Sure.
Yeah.
She looks at you and gives you a nod. Well fought. Well struck, I guess. Let's see, hopefully she survives. Those of you taking watch at the top, roll me perception checks.
You got it, boss. A 6.
Nice.
13.
Mm-hmm.
13.
As you look out over the city, it's been a while since you've been here, Francis. The streets are overrun with fiends and demons fighting. Since the city has come down almost to the surface level of Avernus, their fight at the bottom of the chains and towers has escalated to become a fight for Elturel itself. And as you look out over this, Hugo, you see 3 spots in the sky, and they get larger and larger. 3 dragons, 2 large adults, 1 young green, and riders astride them. And they are surveying Elturel.
Can I see? I mean, I suppose they're too far away to see anything of the riders themselves.
Your perception check at a 13 here means they are too far away
Yeah.
at the moment. But if you would like to continue monitoring them, you can.
Absolutely. Obviously, I would point them out to Francis too.
Is this good or bad? I don't know. Dragons can be good or bad.
Going off of how many things we've found here that have been good, I wouldn't value our chances.
As you
Great.
continue watching over the next hour, an enormous metallic ship arrives over Elturel. Fiends begin pouring out of it over the cityscape. And one, in particular, stands out amongst the rest.
Hey, there she
Hey,
is.
look, there she is.
A halo of fire atop her head, enormous wings, and she flies around with her army of fiends, slaying demons left and right. They seem to ignore the 3 flying dragon shapes as they make their way around Elturel.
Well, I suppose that's, I don't know, Quarry, who we're meant to stop. I'm not sure what we do here. We're in no shape to fight anything.
Do you think you could, with the sword, fight her?
The sword is powerful, but honestly, no. It is a magical blade, and as you saw, it has some very powerful properties, but nothing that I can feel within it that would allow me to overcome something like that at ease.
I get the impression she's probably going to want the sword back, right? If it's hers.
Well, she didn't have it with her in the first place, so she's discarded it for some reason.
Maybe she'll just want... Sorry,
As a reminder, Lulu and Yale took the sword.
Oh, that's right.
And as if to punctuate that point, after a pass through one of the streets, Archduke Zariel's immolating gaze exploding things in front of her while her warhammer cleans up the rest, stops the apex of a turn and looks towards the citadel.
Well, it's been nice knowing you, Hugo.
Well, maybe she's doing all of this to get the sword back. I can't really believe it would want someone like her anymore, though.
That's true.
Okay.
What do we do? Do we tell the others?
I think we should, but I don't think we should talk to her.
I think we should speak to Zariel.
I don't think we should talk to her.
It's the alternative. Hide.
That's
Leave.
true. I don't think we could save Elturel without, I guess, either persuading her or... I'm not sure.
Well, I dare say we'll find out soon enough, but I think we should probably go warn the others.
Okay.
I'll start heading back down to
Sure.
let the others know.
I will also go down.
Yeah, absolutely. And just because I think this is some of the better art that they provide for this, the battle itself, the blood war,
That's
as
awesome.
the demons and
Oh my
fiends
God.
rage against each other.
A lot of fire, not a lot of
This
blood,
place
though.
sucks.
This place does suck.
Yes.
Okay. You go down and you warn your friends. The ritual to resurrect V not yet completed. Time still needs to pass. And you can hear it in the distance. The roar of dragons coming closer to the citadel. Is there anything that you want to do?
Do you suppose that's Archon?
I don't want to think about that. Things look bleak enough, Trescott, without him coming as well.
What if you're right, though? We saw the dragon in there. I can't imagine he will particularly want to parley with us.
Where's Smiley?
Myler. Seems like all of our biddings in Avernus might be coming back to haunt us.
Think so.
But we must be ready for whatever comes through that, I don't know, blown up door.
Can't imagine that's going to do much to stop what's out there.
Cyrus is gonna turn to Rhea. She'll be like, Rhea, I know very little about the teachings of the gods. If we die here, are we stuck here?
Well, I suppose it depends on what god you have service to. My soul, hopefully, in my service to the people, will be taken to Torm in the last embrace.
We're not going to die here, but it's about figuring out if we can still save Elturel.
And then you can hear them.
I can hear them.
The dragons approach,
Got it, connected.
and they land outside the citadel. can hear these stomping footsteps, and as if it was every nightmare, the riders are exactly who you would fear most. Archon the Cruel and his coterie of companions, an adult white dragon, black dragon, and young green, enter the room. And Archon looks out here as he approaches on his white dragon. I feel like we have some unfinished business. I should so like to resolve it.
Where is, Zariel?
I think I saw her on the way in. And she comes through the door right after him.
Want to add a word to that,
That
Joel?
was convenient.
Yeah. Yeah, and she goes, Archon, wait your turn. They have something that I want. And she is going to walk forward and kind of float over them to the forefront here.
She big.
And she's going to extend an empty hand, clawed at the ends. I believe you have something of which is mine.
But to take this, we had to be deemed worthy of the sword itself. Do you still think that you really, I don't know, suit its criteria?
It is my sword. I am worthy of it. Give it back to me.
How much would you sacrifice for it, as you liked asking us once?
It's like her eyes finally see Lulu, who's still just like frantically dancing over V's body. Then please don't stop me here, okay? I have to save her. Cocks her head to the side. Zariel looks at her. Lulu, what are you doing here? What? You stole that sword from me, Lulu. And now it is in someone else's hands. She points a finger at Lulu. I know your magics can stop mine, but I will sure as hells try to break that. You see that little green disintegrating energy forming at the fingertip. Oh, what have you to say for yourself? Being in possession of things that are mine. A thorn in my side, you group of heroes. Come to take El Terrell and its people from me? All the souls that are rightfully mine? You not understand what I am doing? I need more soldiers for this war, or the demons will flood out on the plains of Faerun, with no one to stop them.
But surely in trying to stop them, sacrificing a whole city of innocents, surely that's counterintuitive to trying to do the good of stopping them.
At any cost. To save entire planes of existence, what are some 10,000 souls? What are they? To the endless realms that would be overrun, should we not fight them here? Give me my sword so I may execute this war to my greatest ability.
I mean, I'll look around at the others.
I mean, point of order. We've been fighting demons, and we've been doing a good job. There aren't too many of us, and like there are more people like us up on the top side. I don't know if taking like random people's souls is going to necessarily help you all that much. I'm just saying, like, you know.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Hello. My name is Cyrus, and
You seem to be mostly made of ash. Would you like to return to dust completely?
No, frankly, I would much rather return home to my family. But the thing about that is we're trying to save people here. And look, I understand what you're doing. I really do. But again, like, aren't these people like not necessarily going to help you all that much compared to, like, I don't know. Maybe you could set up some sort of thing topside where, like, heroes...
Can you provide me 30,000 soldiers, Cyrus?
Not at once, technically, no.
That seems to be the rub, then.
Cyrus
You
was
have,
defeated.
she points over to Trescott, provided our lord at least one more in the battle.
I have to at least count for 2.
Trescott, why don't you come over here?
Oh.
Where you belong.
No.
I had a long discussion with Mahadi about your deal. Our Lord Asmodeus is most grateful for your contribution.
Until Asmodeus comes and gets me himself, I will stand and protect the people of Elsarel the best I can.
How unbelievably annoying.
Zariel, when we found this sword, when I took it, it changed me quite significantly.
Yes.
This is the weapon of a celestial. Is that what you are anymore?
I have become even greater. My power has no bounds. Would you like me to show you?
Not really. But your convictions came from your time as a celestial. Have they not been lost in the pursuit of power?
What point of at any cost do you not understand?
But then what even is your goal anymore? To destroy all of the demons?
Every
and then what?
single one.
Why?
Because if I do not, then everyone else will die to them.
What do you think would happen if all of the demons get destroyed? Do you think Asmodeus would stay here chilling?
It's not my position to question my lord.
Right,
Ashen
right.
One.
But it might be ours. See, you say that you want to help the people of the surface or of the material by making it so the demons aren't gonna overtake us. The thing is, I obviously I can't speak for the entirety of the surface, but I'm pretty sure that we would also not love to be overrun by devils either. And I understand you all do seem to be a little bit more formal, a little bit more open to communication, which I appreciate. I really do. But if all of the demons are gone,
Does he ever shut up? And Cyrus, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw as a green finger of death lances out from her.
goodbye, Prologue. I got 11.
Okay. Finger of Death does 78 plus 30 necrotic damage.
Want to see my god, baby?
24. 54 total points of damage.
Is that before being halved?
That is before.
Okay. So technically, I don't take life and a half, so I'm not immediately dead. I am unconscious though.
You are unconscious. And Rhea, like, comes down to you here and it tries to, like, put your body back together from where the necrotic energy has blasted you open. And Lulu here stops her incanting and flies towards Zariel. Stop this! This isn't who you are! Listen to them! They're right! She stops and pauses and softens. Lulu, you just don't understand. What I've had to do for the greater good of every plane of existence. Don't get it. Give me my sword back, and I will forgive you for its theft, little one. And Lulu will stand there, angry and firm, at not backing down to Zariel. Listen to them. Maybe, think about the whole reason you did this in the first place. We were all good back then.
Zariel, if we give you this sword, what happens next?
I will destroy it. It will release my final bond. And I will be fully capable of executing this war to the fullest.
So you'll be fully lost, is what you're saying? Because I'm starting to think that this sword is... It's pretty much the last part of who you actually are. And I think that's why Lulu did so much to hide it from you.
Lulu kind of bobs up and down. Yeah, that was kind of the point. So what? What is your solution then? Release Elturel?
I mean, you can always fight demons as a celestial.
I would say yes. The sword proves, Zariel, that there is still good in you. You asked when you walked in here, what are 10,000 lives? Well, look around. Here they are, dead on the ground. Through your actions. A creature like you. You've become the thing you would have fought against. You are not a protector. You're not a hero anymore. You're ruthless and savage, and the people of Elturel have paid for that.
We saw what happened, and you originally came here because of a entity mindlessly slaughtering people you wanted to protect. Look at what you're doing now.
One of you, roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
If you go, Francis.
Oh dear. I've got a plus 12 to persuasion, alright?
You do.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Is a 25.
With advantage.
Oh, with advantage. Oh, sorry.
Due to Hugo's help.
An 18 with it. Well, or 25. Sorry.
25.
Still.
Yeah. Okay. On the ground here, you are stabilized by Rhea. As a note, Cyrus. And Zariel considers. Perhaps you are right. She will float forward, past Lulu, and up next to Hugo, and extend her hand for the sword.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hold it out for a handle first, like.
As you do so, the sword begins to glow brighter. It hovers up in the air in front of her here, and she takes the hilt and grasps it. There's a nice little Lulu and Zariel picture that I really like, where she holds the sword, and Lulu hovers over her, and she considers her old blade. Perhaps you are right. You watch as the angelic spark of the blade that infused Hugo also infuses Zariel. She glows brighter and brighter, Archon and the dragons shying away, screeching in pain, and you can hear the sounds of their rapid clawed footsteps retreating out of the citadel. Perhaps you are right. Her hand trembles as she holds it and brushes against the sword. The radiant light sears her flesh as her grip tightens. She gasps in pain and speaks an oath through tears of confusion, sorrow, and joy. I, Zariel, supplicate myself before the holy light of justice, if it should accept me. I vow to take up this blade once more in its service. Her words hang in the air for a moment. She glances upward in agonized uncertainty. And then Zariel is bathed in that brilliant wash of light. Her fiery halo disappears and feathers burst from her leathery wings. All of her devilish features vanish as her angelic form is restored. Lulu gasps and transforms into her golden celestial mammoth form.
Love it.
Feathered wings and gleaming tusks. Witnessing her apotheosis resurrects those in the room who have not been dead longer than a week.
I hope that counts, Trevik.
The blessing of health is infused on them and others, increasing your constitution scores by 2.
Sweet.
Nice.
And it includes the dwarves and Trevik. They all died today. She floats down and her feet finally touch the ground here. I think it's time that we free this place.
I think so. I assume.
Do you have
You
the
know how
ability
to
to
do
fly?
Me, yes.
The others?
I can make them if they don't.
Perfect.
I can levitate.
Oh, don't start that.
True
Look
flight, my friends. Come.
I cannot.
You're
Let
not
us
going to
go.
impress her with levitating, are you?
She takes the
Alright.
sword, waits for you to cast the spell, fly, and
Yep.
then when you are all ready, she flies out the front of the building. And you can see in the distance the dragons retreating far away from El Terrell. Her gleaming light outwards as it exits the cathedral burns and eviscerates the demons and fiends amongst the fields and in the town. She flies upwards, upwards, and upwards to that glowing black and white void of an orb, the companion. The crux of the entire spell that brought El Terrell down to Avernus. And she closes her eyes, raises the sword above her head, and slams the blade down, shattering the companion. Amongst the pieces as it shatters, the planetar that is trapped inside, powering this spell, is released. The enormous form of the being steps outwards and looks around, and then bows to Zariel. It seems you finally found yourself. Come. Let us return these people to where they belong. The Planetar and Zariel fly around the city of Elturel, slicing the chains that hold it to Avernus, and the city begins to float upwards. The fiends and demons in the streets fighting still against them, against you, the Planetar, and the newly crowned angel Zariel. As it rises. After one of her passes, she turns to you all, and Zariel nods to you and says, "This is where you make your decision. Return with us to the material plane, or you may remain here and decide who comes to power in the days ahead. Thank you. I will see to it that these people make it back home. If you would like to join me, I'd be more than happy to have you."
I would be all for returning, but I don't think I can.
That's right.
Why's that?
My contract.
Ah,
Kill all the hell.
yes.
Well, Francis, this might be a tag team duo.
I wish you hadn't put it like that, but sure thing.
Zariel looks at you, Francis, and goes, "Oh, what deal did you make?"
I unknowingly entered into a bargain with a creature known as the Smiler to
One of
deal
my
with
finer generals, but a bit of a tricksy one. You do not wish to be in his service?
No. Certainly not, no. But I'm afraid, at least from my legal counsel's perspective, I am trapped in a deal.
Perhaps. Or perhaps not. Perhaps I can free you from one of those binds. Would you wish that so?
I would certainly appreciate it, yes. It would be a great boon to me.
All right. She is going to dispel the Gaius that's on you, freeing you from the bind to Avernus, but not your contract. So you won't die immediately leaving the plane without fulfilling what you said you would do. So you can leave, but you still are, you're soulbound to Smiler. That is the best I can do for now. Perhaps there is someone else more powerful that you can make a deal with, and maybe get yourself out of this. As for you, Trescott, I cannot do anything for you. Your soul is gone. It is held by the most powerful devil in existence, and when you die, you will return to his side, to serve him for eternity.
It was a decision I made to save the people here.
She nods, knowing.
I'm glad that it paid off.
And says, "At any cost."
At any cost.
I suppose we better just keep you alive then, Trescott.
Exactly right.
So, my friends, we will return to the prime material plane. Are you coming with?
I have other business to attend to. Speaking of which, friends, well, if you want to see some other places, you're more than welcome to join me. V, I know I mentioned something to you previously. And well, Francis and Trescott, perhaps we can get you out of those contracts. Cyrus, you might want to see a bit more of the world as well.
I'm going to be going home for a while. I've seen a lot of the world. I will figure out if I want to see more of it later.
Is V conscious now?
Yeah, you've been resurrected.
Okay, thank you.
You've been flying with the group.
You also gained 2 con, which is awesome too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. I just want to double check. I died. I was gone. Garroth got me.
Yes. He is still around, unfortunately. Returned to Asmodeus' side. He is free from his prison. Unfortunately.
Hugo, if I go with you, could I also get stronger and come back?
I would like to think I'm somewhat living proof of that, yes. You'll learn a lot and, well, knowledge is power, so they say.
I still have to go. I have things at Baldur's Gate. Would you be able to find me in a few years' time there?
I'm not sure. It was hard enough to get back to this specific point. I could make no promises about that.
But you can come back in time, relative.
I did it once. It took me many decades of odd jobs, I suppose you could call them, in order to be able to do so. The magic that returned me to this precise point in time was not my own. But I can take us to a place that is more fixed, if you like. But no, I'm afraid time traveling is something that was far outside of my current knowledge, at least.
Then I must stay here and return to Baldur's Gate. I will come to Into Avernus one day myself.
I'm not sure I ever want to return here.
I would have liked to see that plane. Maybe one day I will.
Maybe you will.
So, those of you that are staying, come with me, and we shall return to the prime material. Those of you that are leaving, thank you once again. I wish I had more to give.
The return of El Terrell is quite enough. Francis, what about you? Where are you going?
I will go with you, Hugo. Although I still have this contract, I suspect I will have to return to Avernus myself at one point and deal with that. But
I'm
perhaps
sure
I can
we'll figure a way out of it.
Maybe. Perhaps the Smiler will come after me and we can ambush him or something.
Maybe, yes. And I also believe, if I remember correctly, that you and I are probably extremely wanted in Baldur's Gate at this point. So, perhaps
Look
best to
about
come
you
with
probably
me.
haven't paid your council tax for over 200 years at this point, so...
That's a good point, and yes, that house may have some incriminating things in it. Okay, very well.
A fresh
start?
start.
Okay. So, Hugo, what do you do?
Well, yeah, with that, I'm gonna just reach out my hand and, using my library ring, open a gate to Hugo's home, the unseen library in the astral plane.
Could I have the deed to the house?
You can probably
Baldur's
just
Gate?
squat there, to be honest. Nobody really wants to go near that place.
Cool.
The portal opens, and Hugo,
I'm gonna walk
you
through.
go through with Francis.
Goodbye, my friends.
It's been a
Give
pleasure.
a hug.
I hope we
It's
meet
been
each
real.
other again.
Trescott, do you go?
I will if you'll have me. I have no one else.
I think
If
we've been
you-
through more than enough at this point, and maybe we can two birds with one stone. And well, you're in somewhat more of a situation than Francis, but we'll keep you alive at least. You're more than welcome to join us.
Just like Zariel, I do believe there's some good left in me.
Well,
Stepping through the portal, saying goodbye to your friends. It closes behind you, leaving you on the other side. V, Cyrus, as Elturel returns to the prime material plane. The Chianthar River shines like a golden road, stretching from Elturel to Baldur's Gate and the sea beyond. The scent of morning dew cuts through the odor of smoke, brimstone, and rot that clings to the stones. Slowly, the surviving people of the city make their way out from their various hiding places to stand in the light of the mortal world once more. All eyes focusing on Zariel, where she stands, sword in hand. The planetar that raised Elturel out of Avernus kneels before her. Lulu nudges Zariel, reminding her that you two are here. She bows her head to you. This dark chapter has at last come to an end. It is a brighter end than I ever dared to hope for. Thank you. Your sacrifices and selflessness will live in my memory forever. You have made an enemy of Asmodeus this day. We have that in common now. I wish you strength and good fortune. And if you have ever need of my power, hold this feather aloft and speak my name. She will hand a single golden feather from her wings and give it to V. Thank you again. With her gift given, Zariel inclines her head, unfurls her wings, and soars into the sky. Lulu turns to wrap you in in a massive hug with her trunk. When she's done, she lets you go, smiles, and says, "We'll see each other again someday, I think." Then the golden mammoth flaps her wings and soars into the sky.
Bye, Lulu.
Chaos rages in Avernus as an enormous war between the archdevils breaks out for the dukedom of the plane. But that is not our story anymore, and this is where it ends.
I should warn you, Trescott and Francis, the Modron is here.
Meet Merp.
Meet Merp.
Thank you so much for playing.
Hey. No, thank you. It's been absolutely fantastic. We went to hell and we're finally back.
This is almost what? Was this almost 2 years?
Yeah, I think
this
around
was
about,
almost
yeah.
2 years of a game. So thank you guys for sticking it out for so long, and those of you at home that kept up with all of this. The end.
The end?
That's it.
Question mark?
Yeah, question mark.
And to adventures beyond.
Guys, when I come back, I'm hanging out at the house. I'm making a garden for Clem. It's gonna be great. Just come
I'm
on
gonna
back.
come visit Rhea and V, because I live nearish. I just
Yeah.
forest
Come visit.
village.
There was a
Way.
good chance Trescott was gonna try and stay in Avernus and be like, I'm gonna be a warlord now. But I was
I
like,
thought
no,
you were going to.
not today.
Not
Trescott
today.
still believes he's a good dude. Well,
Well,
he's
Any last things before we close this chapter on Avernus?
other than just saying it was a pleasure.
It's very,
Yeah.
it was very
Thank
good.
you. If you've watched this far, thank you. And
Yeah.
it's
Don't forget to like,
so
comment, and
long at this
subscribe.
point. What episode even is this? Like 37? 30?
1?
No, way
No.
higher than
Is
that.
it?
I
Oh, is
think.
it higher than that? Oh god.
I think so.
Let's check.
So
It was
many.
higher.
This will be 36 or 37, I think.
This is 36.
36. Yep.
There you go. What is that, like 3 hours a pop? Well
Pretty
over
much.
100
Says
hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
something about it.
And this
Incredible.
last one here will
Waste of
be
fucking
roughly
time.
4.
Yeah, you could like learn a skill in that time. What are you doing?
I, for one, am very thankful that all of you have decided to watch this show.
Very
It
much
has
so.
absolutely
Of course, yeah.
changed my life in the last 2 years, and very thankful for that.
You're a
So-
great DM. Thank you.
Of course, anytime. With that being said, we descended into Avernus, and it's over.
It wasn't a basement.
I didn't technically die. I want
Goodbye,
that nobody-
everyone.
Bye. Bye.